Time's up. Have your own.
Here it comes.
Fade in.
When it comes to fans, it is a fan's right to have whatever opinion they want to have.
You know what? There is a single reason why I wouldn't want to become a merman. I wouldn't have my penis anymore.
Every video from now to the end of time would be some dude wearing a dildo strapped onto his forehead, getting beat to death with a machete.
Jurassic Park didn't eat more out of Lilo's pie.
Fuck. You gotta watch it. You gotta hit the like button.
We've got to get it up for him, guys. Come on, everyone who's watching this video
needs
to
that.
go over
Don't
there,
say it like that.
And share the video. We gotta keep going.
Don't they have to get it up for me? Don't say it like that. God damn it.
But I'm so apathetic to Star Wars that this episode could have featured Yoda riding on a dildo being wielded by R2-D2, and I would have the same reaction.
I'm in the business of making money, having ladies drop panties and do cocaine.
I'm still jerking off in front of my console.
And you think that anybody that says something otherwise is the racist? You crack-filled, heroin-smoking, porch monkey, white smoke, chocolate-eating moron. You're the racist.
You know the people playing Grand Theft Auto. If there's just going to be a random pride parade that pops up in the city, you know what assholes like me are going to do? I'm going to find the biggest fucking truck that I have, a 4x4, and fucking run through that fucking pride parade and fucking kill everybody. In a video game, YouTube. In a video game.
No, Warner Brothers is doomed. They can't take care of themselves. They're a limbless infant on the street begging, help me, please, but no one's going to do it because it's Goblin Baby. So no one wants it. Point is, anybody that picks up that Goblin Baby, it's a diseased baby, and it's going to poison your entire company too because you're also dumb and stupid and you don't know what you're doing. Now, if you were smart, you could put cybernetics on it, create a little monster, run around here, then we have a lot of fun. But they're not that smart to make it even a cybernetic Goblin Baby that could cause destruction. That'd be fun. But here we are.
I love this metaphor.
Here we are.
Cybernetic.
We have nothing
that's
but
what Apple was describing. Drew was describing with Apple. That's cybernetic, baby.
Cybernetic Goblin Baby.
Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho.
I do not know if I am a girl anymore. I think I'm a they, them. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're here to bang women.
I use it. It's great. It's great. It's fantastic. You have to understand the glory of a good back scratcher. I don't know. I didn't know what I was missing all these years. It's fantastic. I'm tired of hurting my left arm to try and reach around. Box office.
You're doing it to yourself. I am not responsible for the degeneracy of this stream.
This is why I do crystal meth.
Motherfucker flies across fucking galaxies. He flies in space. He lives on the sun for hundreds of years to become a god. How does James Gunn, and he's I ripped my fucking microphone out. I'm so fucking pissed.
Disney showed its dirty booger fingers in this movie.
Oh my God! You're not gonna let me tell the story of cutting my penis off?
I was coming in my pants.
Whoa, back. So, the white girl that's not a black girl with blonde hair is playing a character that saves Siri from SA and then demands compensation by eating bugs.
Basically.
There is nobody of merit there. It's for their new fan base. That's who D23 is for. Everybody who went there knowing they sniff crotch and suck shit.
I want some real Greeks.
Don't try to razzle dazzle me.
I'd work with Haley Atwell every day.
But
with two hands even.
Before you go, one question.
Yes?
Where in the galaxy is Sanusi?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
Yeah, I want to see movies!
And these tool bags wouldn't know quality if it walked up and motorboated them. Because, you're going to motorboat quality.
Wait, what?
Quality boobs. You want to motorboat quality boobs.
There we go. All better now. Man, Titties are the greatest things on earth.
Hail and howdy, everybody. Welcome back to the round table where we strive to bring you the most excellent quality of YouTube entertainment, where we never mess up, we never get it wrong, we never make mistakes, and we never have to eat crow about anything, which is why we're going to say certain things about a certain movie today to make sure we get it right this time. So I hope everybody's having a good Saturday. I got a little bit of snow last night. It was a big nothing burger. I just gotta go out and brush some snow off the car after this. We're done here, and it's good. I'm fine. I'm cold though. It's 27 degrees. Jed, you're not cold. You're in Florida.
No, I'm not cold here. I think it's about 75 degrees right now and has been since the early morning.
I hate you, Jed. I hate you.
Yes. Yeah.
I had to wake up
the same
early
cold I
this
have right
morning.
now.
I had to wake up early this morning, and it was already 73 degrees by 7:30.
I gotta get my black tail to Florida and quick. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Jesus.
My pasty white ass needs to get to Florida too. I mean, this is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Did they fix your internet?
They did. So
Okay.
Spectrum had to come out twice, including this morning at 8:30, and they were here till noon. It was wild. They replaced every piece of equipment that I had. Modem was replaced twice. Router was replaced twice. Every cable, the outside cable, the inside coax cable, everything was replaced. I don't think it's a coincidence, though, that I release the Pluto as a Planet video, and within hours, my internet goes out. My account apparently says that there's a cap on it where 90% of what I pay for is not available internet-wise. And yeah, everything just fell apart. But to celebrate it, I'm releasing a new hat that should be coming in for my demo copy very soon. A Make Pluto Great Again hat.
Yeah.
I'm not backing down. You can take my internet, but you cannot take Pluto's freedom.
Good job.
You're welcome.
I got no joke.
I feel like that was a strong pitch.
I got no joke for that. Anyway, that's good. Well, yeah, that was so messed up that they capped your 90% of what you paid for because some do not redeem pushed a button in the wrong place somewhere. That's my guess. That's my guess.
But it's all working out, and it's working a ton better than it used to. My work computer before would usually ping about 150 megabytes on a good day. Now I'm getting 800. So it's a good improvement.
It's going to be good for the gaming streams.
Very good.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to do some tonight because I haven't been able to stream the last few days.
Let me guess. You're going to do the Attribution 33 DLC.
You're damn right I'm going to do it. The free thank you DLC for Game of the Year. Absolutely, I'm going to stream that and enjoy every single circus weirdness.
I've seen the clips.
The weird style.
I haven't gotten into it. Yeah, well, yeah. It's called Verso's Drafts. Where
it's a little island that he made as a child, so it's a 10-year-old's fantasy. So there's a lot of childlike charm to it, a lot of circus aesthetics, childhood toys, stuff like that. So it's a lot more whimsical than the majority of the game.
Yeah, it's a side mission. It's a side
thing, but it's nothing major. But they've released new music, and of course, it's still bangers.
Yeah, my favorite thing is We Lost when you're fighting Simon.
That's my favorite track as well. That's a gym track.
Yeah, that's just it's good. Dre, someday you gonna test the waters in Attribution 33 someday.
Maybe someday.
Someday.
Maybe so.
How you doing?
I'm good.
You're
first
cold
of all,
as fuck like I am right now.
Yeah, it's freezing out here, and I think I got a bit more snow than you did. I got a bit more snow.
It was a dust.
Now I'm in the suburbs now. So now I actually got snow, and this sucked this morning. I was not pleased.
Are you in a good enough neighborhood where they plow your streets for you?
So I do get a plow now. A plow does come through.
Praise That's Pluto. When you know you've made it.
Yeah.
Raise Pluto.
So yes, we actually got a snowplow, and I'm not gonna lie, scared the devil out of me because the
It
ground
makes
was
noise.
shaking.
If you're not
Yeah.
used to it,
Yo,
Yeah.
that joint, like it was coming by my house. That joint went what. I'm like, oh my God, Satan! Like it can't be. Yeah. But it was good. Yes, it actually plows the roads, and so I had to clean the cars and my driveway and stuff, whatever. But other than that, yeah, I'm doing okay today. Pluto is a planet. Let's get that out the way. Forget the rest of those hobnobbers. It is a planet. Screw everybody else. And yeah, so it's been a good week. I know we got a lot to discuss.
yeah.
So I'm
Busy
looking
day.
forward to quite a few of the discussions that we're having today. But it's been a pretty good week, and I can't complain, won't complain. It's not bad.
Busy day, busy day. Ready for a busy day, Dragon Lady?
It's actually been quite quiet aside from the storm that's outside right this moment. So if I end up mysteriously going off, that most likely might be the main reason why. But yes, I do agree. Pluto is a planet. It's not a comet or anything like that, because otherwise it would have a wonky shape attached to it. So,
Fuck
so yeah,
Degrassi
Pluto is a
Tyson.
planet.
It's not his fault. As much as I don't like Neil deGrasse Tyson, I barely mentioned him in the video. I tried to make a good argument, but there's an alternate version where I ask, "Are midgets people?" and I say, "Fuck Neil deGrasse Tyson."
Ouch.
But those are alternate
Yeah.
cuts that didn't make it into.
Well,
to the
he's
YouTube
just
cut.
he's a yes man, so they put him out there. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, all right. I hated it when he showed up in Stargate Atlantis in that episode. I hated him and Bill Nye showing up. Like, what is this?
Oh God,
What is this? I hate it. It's a fun episode for Rodney, but I hate that they show up. Anyway, I'm almost well again. Obviously, my voice is back to normal. Whatever's going on is still clinging a little bit, but I'm soldiering forward. I'm sleeping whenever I feel like it. That's part of it. Whenever I feel like I sleep. We're on Saturday last night. They're busy doing stuff. They were testing out Ashes of Creation, new MMO, which even if I was really into it, I couldn't play because no way my computer could handle it. I took a nap in the middle of the stream, and I'd hear them in the background saying, "Is he asleep?" I think he's asleep. I was asleep. I was one of those naps where I hovered between awake and sleep, and I heard everything, but I know I was sleeping. So I woke up after an hour, nice and refreshed, ready to play a game, and I said, "Okay, let's play some games. Stop playing this shit." Then we were up till 5 playing games, which we shouldn't have been. But hey, it's what you do when you're a real gamer. And we'll be talking games today. They got the Game Awards. Game Awards 2025 came and went. We'll go over it lightly, but then I'll ask some questions, and we'll hopefully find some answers. Then, of course, we have box office. Apparently, there's a movie coming out next week that we have to address, because we got it so wrong last time. I want to make sure we don't get it wrong this time. As well, taking a look at some other things. And then, of course, we must talk about Supergirl. Supergirl. It started with a poster, went on to a trailer, and then the Copen protection has begun. I mean, we already talked about that already, but it's reached the levels of now if you don't like this, there's something wrong with that kind of crap. So we're going to answer that. But hail and howdy to the chat. We're happy to have you guys with us today. Hail to the mods, Legatas, and good Sir Algrim. Hail to Frank, who seems to have latched on to my old story about once upon a time I was called Grumpy Cat, and he's not letting that one go. Huzzah,
I could
son
see
of a
it.
Joxer.
I could see the comparison.
Well, I mean, all right, I'll tell it again. So it was 2013, 2014. I was playing Star Wars: Old Republic with my guild, and I was in a really bad mood for all of 2013 for a lot of very messed up reasons. Literally, for half the year, I was just a rotten mood between lack of sleep, stress, pressure, all kind of stuff. So I got the moniker Grumpy Cat, and I rolled with it. I switched my avatar on the forums and everything, little cartoon version of Grumpy Cat, and it went on for about a year until I said, "Okay, no more, I'm tired of it." Then let it go. But I told that story, and Frank seems to like it. Hail to good Sir Rubinex. There you are, also one of the mods. Hail to Jed's better half, Dr. Rachel. And anybody else in the chat, hanging out, not chatting. We're happy to have you guys here. And just as a reminder, there's a tiny little grift going on for the channel for at least another 2 weeks. Because you got another 2 weeks to either make me be merry or make me be a Grinch to somebody. Every $100, I'd be merry or be a Grinch. If you give a flat $100, you get to choose. But if you help get the tier, you get to join the conversation. Right now, I have to be bestest best friend buddy to my good boy Dermy. He's my best friend in the world. And then, of course, Kratos, who wants to destroy my channel, and Weasel, who's a shade furry. I have to be mean to them. So donate to it. Let me know. We have another week and a half of streaming. I got a lot of streaming left in the next 2 weeks. It's not like I'm not on all the time. If you appear in the chat on social media, tag me. I see it. I got to be nice or I got to be mean. And for every $50 extra, you can make me be extra supportive or an extra bully. And if I screw up at any time, which they've tried to catch me in, I must add an hour to my party animals tab. Haven't yet. As long as I am mean or nice in some way, shape, or form, it counts. And I'm okay. So that's the grift, guys. And if you do decide to tip, to super chat, or to add some members, just let me know which tier it goes in, and we see where it goes, and have a little more fun on the rest of the year. Okay, so we do have a busy day ahead of us, so we're not going to beat around the bush. Let's start with the warm-up, though. Since we are about to talk box office first, that's not the right one, because it just looks the same, because it's both an IGN article. Here it is. So next week, Avatar. We're not going to talk about that yet, but do you think it is smart? Do you think it is relevant that Disney Marvel is attaching 4 different Avengers trailers to try and get people to go see Avatar 3 multiple times? Do you think this is a good move? Do you think there's enough interest to go see a trailer to then sit in the movies for 3 hours while blue people fight each other? Do you?
Well, the first thing I want to say is I don't think these trailers are going to be massively different. I think they're going to have a couple scenes that are different, a little bit different editing, but essentially they're going to be the same thing overall. They don't want to reveal too much, and it's way too much effort to release 4 trailers in a month. So I just put that out of the way. They're going to be virtually the same trailer, in my opinion. I think the strategy is actually the inverse of what you're talking about there. I don't think this is about pushing people to Avatar. As we saw with Avatar 2, they don't need a whole lot of help with that yet. Doesn't need it. But the MCU is in a particularly precarious situation, and Doomsday is the make or break for them. Can they get back everyone, or at least most people that they had in Phase 3 that they lost over 4 and 5? Will the nostalgia factor of having so many people back, the interest factor of having Robert Downey Jr. play Dr. Doom be enough? And I think they want to introduce all the crazy amounts of Avatar people to the Doomsday stuff. I think it's all about hyping up Doomsday, not about getting people to come see Avatar for 4 weeks in a row.
I agree. This isn't about Avatar. It's about taking advantage of Avatar, right, Dre?
100% correct. I agree. This whole, call it this, scam is to get the masses, the unspeakable amount of people that's about to come and see this film for reasons beyond our understanding, but they're going to come in more ways than one. They're going to go and see this film, especially the international numbers. Like we saw, what was that, 2 years ago? Now, the Avatar 2 one, domestic was mid, but international numbers were absolutely astronomical. And in order for the Doomsday movie to do well, the international has to come for sure. So putting this joint in multiple, I don't get why I put 4 different ones. I think that's just retarded, but whatever. They want that international money. So putting the trailer in this joint is a really, really smart idea. But the idea of trying to pull a gimmick saying it was 4 different ones, how would I know I'll get that one if I go back to the theater? What if I get the same one twice?
They're subsequent weeks. So the first week, 1 trailer. Week 2, a different trailer. Week 3, a 3rd trailer. They're trying to stretch it out over a month.
Never mind. That's retarded. Never mind. So
yeah,
to think that the film, now the film's going to make $1 billion in this first week or whatever, we know that. But to think that this film's going to have legs for a month straight, and that's with the idea of, oh, because this movie is going to make billions, which it is, people are going to keep coming to see it for 4 straight weeks. I strongly disagree with that sentiment, but the plan is definitely to prostitute Doomsday for sure, because they need this joint to make in-game money to justify its existence. Because I think we're going to be looking at the film with the highest budget of all time, so it's got to make in-game money probably just to break even. So, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's north of 700 million at this point.
Absolutely. I and anything that says anything less than that is definitely lying.
And they're going to lie.
Yeah,
they're going to lie.
They're going to say something like 350, whatever. No. This joint is probably costs more than most countries in the Middle East. Okay, it's going to be wild.
What we have here, this is desperation. You are both absolutely right. This is a desperation move. They need interest in Doomsday because guess what? There is no interest in Doomsday. You have a
I'll say no, there isn't, because when they were doing the character reveal a while back, all I could see was meh, 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 meh. Even when the X-Men came on, meh, 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 meh. That was all it was. There's no interest in this film whatsoever. Putting on 4 different trailers is basically desperation, and well, they're basically desperate for people to see this film.
A lot of those X-Men that they're a lot of the X-Men that they're relying on the nostalgia on have already had their legacies destroyed over the years.
Yeah, that's the point.
With The Last Stand or the reboot movies, and of course, Multiverse of Madness for Patrick Stewart. I think the only person who really never had their legacy destroyed in their iteration of the character was Ian McKellen. His Days of Future Past is seen very positively. His involvement, and even Last Stand, people talk about him being one of the best parts of Last Stand. His story arc being great in that. I think he's the only solid one, and no one cares enough about Nightcrawler for that to move the needle whatsoever.
And Alan Cumming he didn't even know who he shot scenes with. He doesn't know. He has no idea.
How can you act like that? For real, though.
And the thing is, he's a Brit, and a lot of British actors do not like working with green screen. So he's going to be probably very confused, probably struggling very much with trying to picture who he's supposed to be standing with, and he's probably like, well, I don't know.
So what we have here is a massively bloated cast that nobody cares about. Because Jay just put it quite nicely. The X-Men, Fox X-Men, have either been tarnished or gotten their swan songs in a way already. Anything that Deadpool and Wolverine has pushed to the forefront in this doesn't have enough interest. And then you've got the Phase 4 and Phase 5 losers, the leftovers, as we've been calling them for the past several years, who nobody gives a damn about, and likely at least 70 to 80% of them will be killed off in the first hour of the movie as Doom goes on his rampage. So you have Doomsday, which is not trending. Nobody cares. Avatar 3, which we'll go into more in a little bit, is going to do what Avatar does. It will dominate the conversation for a month to a month and a half, make more money than I would ever know what to do with in my lifetime, if I ever even sniffed a fraction of that, and then vanish, possibly forever. We'll get into that too in a little bit. And you're hoping that the normies, because Avatar is normie nip, the normies that show up, everybody's hoping, or everybody Disney is hoping, that these 4 different trailers will be seen and garner interest and talk about it. Now, eventually those trailers will probably make it on to the YouTube, to the X, and we will get our hands on them, and we will compare and contrast and probably see how utterly boring and meaningless and untitillating they all are. And we will once again now be left until probably, I would say, getting close to Supergirl, where they'll launch another round of trailers, which would be kind of funny, launching a trailer against your competition. But
what's the new release date for Doomsday? Because it got pushed back like a month ago, right?
I believe it's the end of next year. I think it's still December. Oh, no, December 27. Sorry, December 27. I believe it's
ridiculous.
You know, let me look real quick.
Because it was originally May, right?
Avengers. Yeah, it was May. Then Avengers Doomsday release date, December 18th next year. Yeah, December 18th next year.
It's too early for a trailer. You can't reveal stuff too early, like the Star Wars: Fate of the Old Republic. The release date has been thrown into question, but the reports are that it's not coming out until 2030.
Yeah,
that is way too early to reveal anything.
We're going to get into that. That is, I have a whole bunch of thoughts on more Disney Star Wars gaming. But this is, as we've said, this is desperation. They are hoping to generate some sort of interest, and I think this is going to fail massively. This 4 trailer thing, I think it's going to be laughed at. I think it's going to be ignored, except for us when we give it a little bit of attention, and then it's going to be forgotten as soon as Avatar is forgotten, because that's kind of how it works. But we'll wait and see. Well, because I can guarantee none of us are going to go see Avatar. No. So
under no circumstance am I about to spend 1 red cent on this film.
Yeah.
You're not taking Dre Jr.?
No. The fat boy will not lay his baby eyes on this garbage.
That boy must remain pure. That boy must remain pure.
I'm probably...
Watch The Last Airbender instead. The superior Avatar.
Oh God. Oh, the show.
I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna...
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna wait for it to come out on Blu-ray like I did with the last one, because the length time. Yeah, I am not gonna sit 3 hours in the cinema without having to go to the toilet at some point halfway through the film.
It has to be a truly great film, like the Lord of the Rings extended editions coming back into theaters next month. People will sit through that.
Have they ever been in the theater? The extended editions, have they?
Not in a wide release. I'm sure there's been a few like onesie twosies type thing, but nationwide like this, I don't think this has ever happened.
Yeah, I don't think it has either.
And I'm with Dragon Lady on that. I'm not trying to sit around for 3 hours. I gotta pee. Get that noise.
Yeah.
Bring back intermissions.
Yeah, please bring my intermissions. I'm old.
Don't put them on the Blu-ray or on streaming. Just in the theater.
Yeah. Since we are talking movies, intermissions, and theaters, box office roundup. This, once again, I must say for the 3rd time now, I got it so wrong. As Zootopia barrels over. Oops, that's the wrong one. There we go. Barrels over to the billion. 1.1. And let's check its legs right now. Only a 39% drop from week 2. It's holding. It's holding. And it said international. Look at that international. $1 billion almost international alone.
That's
crazy.
Disney's goal. That's Disney's goal
insane.
at this point.
That's all their goals.
Yeah, but
that's all their goals.
Because like back in the day, we can remember when it used like on certain cases to be 50-50 or maybe 60-40 domestic. That doesn't exist anymore. First of all, we ain't got no money. Second of all, ain't nobody trying to go to the theaters and spend their hard-earned cash. Now it's a decision between your electric bill and going to the daggone movie.
My electric bill's $237 for last month.
In the winter?
Yes. Heat.
That's
cold.
That's more than my electric bill in Arizona in the summer. That's insane.
Yeah, because you know how we make our energy here? They burn fucking garbage. That's how we get our energy around here.
It's not very efficient.
No,
it's
isn't.
Not very green.
Burn fucking garbage. I saw an article, just a slight tangent, that there's going to be investment in 10 nuclear power plants for the country soon. Yes, please.
Yes. Please. It's time, all right? Chernobyl was a long time ago, and it's a complicated situation.
And you build a plant that creates jobs and cheap energy for everybody. Because then you build, people get jobs, you build things around that, and then we all save money. So, God, yeah. So, this is nuts. Dre's right. We've got bills to pay.
Got bills.
Not going to go see this. And now, 258 domestic, that's respectable. That's respectable.
Yeah,
but
all the same. But at the same time, just think about, especially since it's a kids movie. So since it's a kids movie, that means families are going to go see this movie.
Yeah,
tickets are $20 a piece. Okay, let's just say for the sake of argument, concessions, a bucket of popcorn $20, some Skittles is $15.
Them drinks that is 80% ice.
Man, is it? And like, the only thing I would get, I get when I don't go to theaters anymore, but when I used to, I would go and use my Regal points to get me a small bag of popcorn because them Jones, I get them Jones for free, and then I would get an icy. $12. $12 for icy. I'm gonna slurp down while the freaking previews are going.
Dude, I'm going back to. I remember the last time I bought popcorn was when I went to see Avengers, Avengers 2,
Age of Ultron.
Oh, thank you. Brain completely shut down there. That's why when I last bought popcorn and went into the movie, just I thought it's an Avengers movie. I'm gonna get popcorn. Man, I was halfway through that bag of popcorn by the time the movie started.
Exactly. So it's a scam. So so taking a family, you're literally staring in the barrel of easily dropping $150. Let's just say a family of 3. You're staring on the barrel of dropping $150 for concessions, your 3 tickets.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That like family movies are the biggest scam of all time now. Because these numbers are inflated because I'm being forced against my will to drag my children here. And I can't just go in. Like if I could just send my kids in there and I just wait outside in the car, that'd be tremendous. But no, you gotta go in there with your kids. You gotta buy them popcorn. You gotta buy them candy. You gotta buy them soda. You're getting drained, and so that's why like the domestic box office. Granted, it's huge, but at the same time, this used to be even not too long ago, still a 50-50 to 60-40 split.
And this is inflated too. This is inflation.
Of course it is.
This is inflation.
Absolutely. Each ticket's $20, easy.
Yeah.
Easy,
and less people
$20.
are going. It's higher tickets, less people are going. So while it's respective, there is a nuance to this. As Jed would always like to say, there's a nuance to everything.
Yeah.
This is not really it's success, but it's not the success that grows the industry and grows the consumer base. Customer
absolutely
base.
Not.
I mean, they're gonna take their win, and listen, Disney gets their win. Disney gets their win. We made a big profit on this. It justifies its existence as a franchise with the merch and the games and all that kind of stuff that's coming out. And they'll make the third one, and the third one will make just as much money, if not more, when it comes out. I'm not going to bet again. Just like Avatar, I learned my lesson. Ain't going to bet against furry movie. Not going to do it. Yeah. And here it is. Here we go. Boom, bang, pow. Not so much good for Wicked, though. Turns out Wicked's a flop.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's over with.
Is this week 3 now? I think this is week 3.
I believe it's week 4.
Wow.
Week 4.
It had a strong start that we were fairly confident in, but these drops.
We were all confident.
Yep.
I mean, we had, listen, maybe it was a flawed logic to think that it would earn the same as the first one, because if the same people went to see the first one, they would go see the second one. Well, apparently, domestically, yes, 312. There you go. But the world said, yeah, we pass. We're tired of Scary Green Lady and Ariana Grande who needs a hamburger. We're tired of
the drop-off is hurting this movie. And I think it's because people finally realized what the end of the story is. A lot of people didn't realize how aggressive they were going to be in mocking the original characters from Wizard of Oz, making them straight up villains in some cases. Mm-hmm. As soon as I heard they were making this movie, I knew that they were going to make Dorothy into a villain. They don't super do that in the musical, but they were not going to pass up this opportunity. They made her laugh maniacally as she murdered thought she was murdering the Wicked Witch of the West. People don't like to see beloved stories desecrated like this.
Yeah. So at budget of 150 with probably marketing 50 to 100, this thing is either just going to make enough for a donut. Not even.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if the marketing was the same as the budget. The marketing I've seen for this film is astronomical.
Yeah, that was a big press tour too.
I wouldn't put it in like the Barbie category as far as marketing is concerned.
No.
But I've seen this joint pretty much every freaking where that I've gone. Everywhere except like UFC fights. But everything else, like I would not be surprised if this joint literally was $150 million in marketing. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if those numbers actually came out. That wouldn't surprise me one bit.
I'm just glad that this might imply that there will not be a Wicked 3 that they make up, because they were talking about if this movie does well, they might try to do that. And like I said, they were going to get Lin-Manuel, whatever his name is, to write the music for the third one. But this hopefully kills it. The fact that this isn't breaking even, this isn't making money at this point.
Yeah. So honestly, this is what we thought would happen with the first one, because we thought this is what would happen, but no, it happened with the second one. I mean, how's that for irony? We didn't understand that the base was this rabid for the first one, and here we said, okay, we've seen the base is rabid, they're going to come out strong for the second one, and now we get it wrong in the reverse. I find that very amusing, and because I was bullish on this for making 700 million. I made multiple segments on streams, made clips, made videos, and it didn't do it. And frankly, I like you said, Jen, I'm happy. F this franchise, this version of Wizard of Oz, which basically drags out the tire trope of, well, the villains are really the heroes in all this. But here's one now, just because I know Jed saw it, and we're going to follow up too with something which, for its small budget, is in profit. Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Jed, you just saw it, and you were pleased.
Yes, I saw this one last night, and I was a big fan of the first one. My wife and I both really enjoyed it, but it was niche, and there were aspects of the first one that not everyone liked. It was very character heavy. It wasn't in the horror genre, really, and it was just all about Mike trying to figure out what happened to his younger kidnapped brother. So back in the day, his brother got kidnapped, and he's just been obsessed with figuring out through dream therapy. Like, I saw this kidnapping happen. I can dream about it and remember the details. So that was a big focus of the first movie. I wouldn't call it a horror film. I would confidently take like a 5-year-old to the first movie and not be worried about them getting scared. This one, they took that criticism of the first movie, people wanting it to be horror, wanting it to be more exciting, and they dialed it up to 11. I'd barely take a 12-year-old to this movie. I'm shocked this movie wasn't rated R. There were some terrifying aspects of it, especially with the new villain that was introduced, the Marionette, who she has this really great makeup on and this over-the-top grin. She's terrifying, and they dialed up the jump scares and everything. So it was a lot more exciting of a film, still very well written, but it sacrificed the character work for that, which is what the audience wanted. So I can at least appreciate them listening to their audience. I think it's a much more enjoyable film. I love the character stuff from the first one because I'm one of those few people who, I was really into that type of stuff. But I think they struck a great balance in the second one between the character work and the thrills you would expect from an adaptation of a horror game, especially a teenage audience horror game. I think it was great. The opening weekend was slightly below the first films, but the first to second week hold is better than the first film. So it's about on par with double the budget, unfortunately. So it's going to have a little bit of a hard time making as much profit, but it's still like $40 to $50 million budget. So this isn't anything crazy, even with the increase for the second one. I definitely recommend it to people, especially people who were kind of okay with the first one. If you kind of liked the first one, but wanted it to be more, this is that film that you were asking for. I 100% recommend it to people.
And they
just don't take younger kids.
They increase the theaters by 100 or so. So they put in more
there's
theaters.
Great word of mouth from the people seeing it.
Yeah, so that's good. I'm glad that it definitely has its audience, and with a budget of somewhere between 30 and 50 million, and a very light marketing campaign. It wasn't heavily marketed, so probably didn't spend much on it.
They brought some great new additions to the cast. Megan Fox is in it as just the voice of a character for half the film, and she is creepy as all hell. She's great, but the real standout is McKenna Grace, who was added to the cast. She wasn't in it enough, honestly. She was phenomenal in it.
So I think it'll be in profit. I think it's already is in profit, even with it says 51 here. It's somewhere between 50.
I'd say 150 is when they broke even. So yeah, so 23 million in profit.
So they'll make their profit, and it continues. It'll justify its existence, and I'm sure they'll make a third one.
They set up a third film. This is open-ended. This is cliffhanger. This movie cannot exist on its own. Like, this is part one. That's how much of a cliffhanger it is. So they were confident they'd get greenlit for a third one.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm glad they're making their money, especially for a niche, what we used to call back in the day mid-card film that doesn't cost a lot of money. You can turn your brain off and enjoy some nostalgia bait for those that were into the gaming franchise over the years. These are the type of films that we need all the time. This is the type of mid-tier films that don't cost a lot of money. You can just go enjoy, and then it'll squeeze out some profit, and then this movie has made more money than all of Disney this year.
Made more money than DCU.
Exactly, more than DCU. This film that's at 173 worldwide has made more money than all these studios. Simple stuff.
Yeah,
simple stuff.
I talked about this week, some point on Double D's, that the lost art of the low to mid tier film, where spend between $20 and $50 million, very short movies, hour and a half, not large cast. You're not doing a lot, no CGI, everything practical, and you turn these out for low budget. And if you make maybe double, then you're fine. You've made profit. And when you put together between maybe 4 and 10 movies of this thing, oh, lo and behold, you've made between $500 and $1 billion. And there's your profit for your company, for your studio. And then you can then swing for the fences on something large and still be in the red.
Not everything needs to be a blockbuster.
Yeah. Not be in the red, be in the black. Exactly. And it's and maybe if the studios remember this, they all wouldn't have been now bought up by corpos. If they remembered this simple equation. So good for this. Glad you enjoyed it. Not for me in any way, shape, or form. I never played the games. I'm not into horror, so I am not the target audience. But it's good, found it. But now we get to the big fish. First of all, 2025, despite several big things like Zootopia, like Lilo and Stitch, like Moana, 2025
Minecraft movie.
Minecraft, thank you. 2025 was a disaster for the box office, for every single studio, completely. Their sales are down, foot traffic is down, and the movies are disliked almost unanimously. Very rarely do you have anything that everybody really loves. And with 2.5 weeks to go, roughly 3 weeks to go in 2025, there's no saving it. Even with Avatar, Fire and Ash coming out next week, whatever it makes on the calendar year of 2025, it'll be inconsequential. For the fiscal year of 2026 is when what Avatar is going to doing. So no matter what happens next week, this will not save 2025. Are we agreed? It doesn't save it because it doesn't count. Doesn't really count.
Yeah, there's so little of its run that's in 2025 calendar wise that it's not going to help. It's not going to move the needle on a grand scale. But 2026, it can have a massive impact on the financial year.
Yeah, because the smart release is the holiday release. It's essentially a Christmas release. It's the week before Christmas, a few days before Christmas. People are already on their Christmas holiday breaks, both families and some people, depending on your industry you work in, they are going to go see this movie. Just for the record, we all got this so horribly wrong 2 years ago with Avatar 2. So horribly wrong that we had to spend a month saying we're sorry, we were retarded. And it was painful for us. We did not like it, but we owned up to it. Now, this movie will own the yard. I'm not going to in our defense, it had been a decade since the first one. We thought, who the hell cares about this one? No, because what is the common thing for Avatar, which was proven again with Avatar 2? Big explosion and then vanishes like it was never there. Does not leave an imprint on the zeitgeist whatsoever.
There's no emotional relevancy. There's no emotional appeal, and that's what carries enduring love for a story. It's not pretty things. So, yeah, we thought, hey, it's 2022 or whatever it was. We've seen beautiful movies. CGI doesn't impact our society like it did in 2009, because those were impressive, innovative graphics for 2009.
Yeah.
We underestimated how much people wanted to see basically the same level. I don't think there was a massive increase between the two films.
Because the first film created all the technology that was then reused going forward. The technology's there now. It's not going to be whatever you saw in 2, it's going to be the same in 3. There's no next tier. James Cameron created the tech now. It's there. So 2 came out and boom, bang, pow. Okay, wow, we were wrong. It made over $2 billion. Almost, what was it, 3? In fact, almost 3. Something.
2.75 or something like that.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
And we just looked like fools. So here we are now. I believe this comes out Wednesday or Thursday. Is this the beginning of it? 18, 19, something like that.
Is that the 20th?
No,
that'll be a Saturday. So happy.
Yeah, so I think early showings start Wednesday on this thing. I think that's when they start. So it's going to come out now, and this thing makes, I think, 2325. I think it makes 2325. I'm not going to bet against it this time. I learned my lesson. Thoughts?
I am hoping that the same thing that happened with us and Wicked happens here. We underestimate the first movie, then we overestimate the second film, and just get proved wrong both times. I don't think that's what's going to happen. But if I'm going to eat crow, I'd rather eat crow like this, getting the second or the second in this trilogy wrong. So I think 2-3 is very, very fair. There's going to be a decline from the second movie because there was that interest of it's been a decade, what happens now, and nobody talks about it. I don't think we're looking at highest grossing film of all time, but we're still looking at one of the highest grossing of all time. James Cameron has said it has to be the 5th highest grossing film of all time, though, to break even.
That's the thing.
That's the territory that we're talking in. So even if it gets over the 2 billion mark, that doesn't mean that it was a success.
Yeah.
It's difficult to talk about this film. I think it's going to make a ridiculous amount of gross, but its net is going to be worse than Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Absolutely. And like we said a few minutes ago, Five Nights at Freddy, quite frankly, in actual dollars, just made $1 billion, essentially, because they paid nothing and they're swimming in money. These films, I don't know how many more he made, like 3 or 4, whatever. How many movies James Cameron made?
He hasn't made them yet. 4. We're gonna get to 4 and 5 in a second. So
4 and 5 are coming later, hopefully.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So the budget of these films of the last 2 is in the billions, and that's the reality. It's billions of dollars that's been spent on making this franchise. So we could be looking at a movie that grosses $2 billion to still be a flop.
But
essentially, it's unfortunate because of budgets and all animation, blah, blah. But at the same time, these movies cost too daggone much. But now, as far as gross is concerned, I think this joint, when it's end of its run, I'm thinking 2.15. I think that's fair. Because I have no evidence to the contrary. And like Jed, I hope I'm wrong again, but I hope I'm wrong the other way. I hope that the international audience, because the domestic did not really show up for the second film, and that's the reality. Domestic didn't really show up. International poured all their gold and diamonds into this thing. So I'm hoping that international, wakes up and smells the oven roast coffee and just is like, nah, this ain't for us, dog. And hopefully it doesn't do anything. But these films, they're very impossible to judge. But I'm saying 2.15 billion. That's just the number.
And you said a perfect thing. It's going to be very hard to talk about this movie for reasons you just stated. It'll make all that money, and there will still be the discussion: did it actually make money? Did it actually net a profit? And some people aren't going to want to have that conversation. But James Cameron has already started that conversation, whether they like it or not, because here's the reality. He has come out and said that this movie ends, and I don't think anybody else is calling it this because I'm not in the fan base whatsoever. This ends the Sully saga. This movie ends the saga of the Sully family in their blue nakedness. So with that being done, 4 and 5, James Cameron has said is an entirely new story. But here's the kicker. If this movie doesn't make the profit, because Disney didn't actually sink the money into this. This was something they purchased along with 20th Century Fox, because that was already baked in. If this thing doesn't make money, Disney cannot afford to sink hundreds of millions, maybe billions of dollars into another 2 of these where the return is so little. And James Cameron knows this and has said, we may not be able to finish this in movies. We may go to comics and books and games to finish it and stuff like that. So here's what I present to you guys, and I want your thoughts on this. And we may actually have within our lifetime ability to make this judgment and statement and come back and look at it. We've already mentioned the meme when it comes to Avatar. It comes out, makes all the money, talk of the town for a month and a half, maybe 2, if it lingers, like a bad taste. And then it vanishes without so much as an imprint, a lasting imprint on the pop culture zeitgeist. Yes, it has its diehards who will play the games, the couple games that come out. They'll go to the amusement parks, they'll go to theme parks, and all that stuff. But the normies at large forget it, and it doesn't have a real true nerd following.
No, you don't go out there and see cosplays. You don't hear people quoting the film. You don't even really see a lot of fan art for
right
it.
now. Is there a memorable line for any of these 2 movies? Besides people yelling at each other, ah! No.
I'm the Avatar, man.
I don't think that's a line.
That is a line from the first movie, I think.
It is?
I think so. One of the Marines.
Anyway.
I'm not sure. I hate that movie, so.
Point is, nothing sticks. So if 3 comes out, big flash pan, makes the 2 to 2.5 we think it'll make, and then a month later, February, March, gone. And if this is the last actual movie we get, if James Cameron's prediction comes true and says, well, we might not make any more movies, 4 and 5 might have to be, that story might have to be told in other formats, we might actually be able to prove once and for all how, despite its money, no one will ever talk about Avatar. Because if it comes out in comic or novel or mid-level game form, no one's going to talk about it the way they talk about the movies.
Normies are not going to show up for any other medium than film and television.
Yeah.
It's the only things they show up for.
Do you think this happens then? Do you think we might have the ability to actually say, wait a minute, look at this. Yes, Avatar, for all its big flashiness, really didn't have the impact on the pop culture zeitgeist. If this comes to pass, do you think we might get that?
That's the hope. I really do hope that that's what turns out, because if nothing else, we can have a firm, great example for these people who refuse to acknowledge the difference between gross and net. We can just tell them, hey, if gross and net don't matter, we'd have 20 Avatar films by now, not just 3 that die off. So that's the hope at this point, where it goes to comics and books and just kind of whittles away and dies slowly in a corner. I don't know if that's going to be true. It all depends on how the box office does. If it gets to that 2.6, 2.7 like the first movie or the second movie did, we're going to get a 4th one. I think that's pretty certain, if it becomes the new highest grossing film of all time or anything like that. But it
has to get to 3 billion. It has to get to 3 billion for it to get that 4th movie, I think.
If it gets 3 billion, that's going to be insane.
Okay. Now we have to live in reality. There's no way this film can make $3 billion. That's crazy talk, Adam. That's crazy talk.
I said if it gets there, then the 4th movie happens, I think.
We're being very overly cautious this time,
yes,
Dre.
Absolutely.
Last time.
We are selling our panties up the river on $3 billion. That would be insane. Then I'll have to start questioning a lot of things. Where this money coming from, and why are my electric bills so high? If we can actually generate this kind of money, so somebody better come explain something to me. If somebody got enough money to make this joint hit $3 billion, that's crazy. But but what you're saying, it makes sense. Because these films have to fund the next films. That's it. Because Disney has no money, and the amount of money these movies cost. These movies cost more than Arab countries, a couple of European ones that we can't pronounce the names of. Like these Jones are absolutely out of control. So,
and but it's
gonna make money. It's gonna make money. So
and I think the cast doesn't want to do it anymore.
Would you?
I mean, they're all 20 years older than when they started.
Yeah.
The main guy, I think, still wants to do it because he has nothing else going on. But Zoe Saldana's got better stuff to do.
Yeah. So.
And Sigourney Weaver's just tired.
I just feel like she's squeezing money out of the last bit of her career here. Mando Grogu.
Mando
She's just-
Groger,
yeah.
she's not showing up with any interest for that film.
No, she's taking paychecks left and right just to pad the end of her career. But so Avatar: Fire and Ash, we'll be back with this next weekend. I mean, we got one more show before we take versus break, so we will be able to see the premiere and make some predictions going for the legs of it, and we'll come back after Christmas for the New Year, and we'll see where it is. So stay tuned, guys. We will have that for you. All right. So hail and howdy, everybody coming in. I see people are coming in as we're doing this, talking about grabbing long blue tails. So you mean right now, Cash is naked and blue in his home right now. So there you go. Anyway, all right. Hope you guys have a good time. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. Keep us alive. Keep us going. Because now we get to the good stuff. We're gonna skip over all things Warner Brothers, Netflix, and Paramount. Long story short, hostile takeover is now in action to try and stop the Netflix thing. We wait and see now. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the catalyst for all this, though. The DCU. The week started with glorious failure. We got some people mistakenly kept saying the first Supergirl poster. No, the second Supergirl poster.
We got one in August.
Right away after Superman. Right away. Look out. And now we have this latest one. And it started the conversation because this was the teaser for the teaser trailer, essentially. Truth, justice, whatever.
Ugh.
And they know exactly what they're doing with that, because the Truth, Justice, American Way has been a controversy surrounding Superman from both perspectives for the last several years, with the Better Tomorrow crap, the diehard comic fans hating that change, and a lot of people asking, would Truth, Justice, and the American Way be in the new Superman movie? James Gunn is fully aware of what fans want and the criticisms surrounding them, and he doesn't care. It's the same thing with the blue and gray Batman suit. He's angry that people keep asking him about that, and he will not include it just because he's been harassed by it. So I think this Truth, Justice, whatever, whether or not it was his decision or someone brought it to him and he absolutely loved it, is all due to people asking about Truth, Justice, the American Way with Superman and with the whole Better Tomorrow crap. He knows it's a controversy, and he likes to piss people off. He's a contrarian to the max.
There's a lot in this poster that I took, and this is how I put it. Excuse me. I basically said this poster alone, with the way she looks, the way it's presented, the truth, just whatever, Dre, it shows complete disrespect and disdain for heroism.
Yes, and I think I'm at the point where I'm so sick and tired of nihilistic garbage that I right when I saw the poster, I literally felt myself throw up a little. Because I'm just like, oh, here we go again. More nihilistic, blah, blah, blah. No one should trust each other. Everybody, man. I'm like right when I saw this, even before I even watched the trailer, right when I looked at this, I'm tired of nihilism. I'm really,
and that's
really
the word. I mean, I didn't apply that word till I saw the trailer the next day, but you're absolutely right. The nihilism of this, it's disgusting.
Well, James called her an anti-hero.
Yes,
why on earth is Supergirl an anti-hero? Yeah. Obviously, I'm not a big comic book fan. The CW show, at least some of it, is all that I really have experience with this character. But from what I know, anti-hero is far from a label that should be ever applied to her.
That is correct. So, I think the CW show is absolute asinine trash. But this is what I will say. Melissa Benoist, I believe her
Benoist.
Yeah. I thought she portrayed the character properly. I thought,
especially the first season that was on CBS.
Yeah, the CBS first season.
The first season I thought was charming.
I thought that she portrayed Kara Zor-El the proper way, and she still had that dewy-eyed, I want to do the right thing type of thing going on, and all, because that is what Kara Zor-El is. She's a teenage, got an old lady to play, but whatever, teenage girl that's now trying to fit into real life here and try to fit in because she's still a kid without the upbringing. So that idea of dewy-eyed and I'm gonna do the right thing and you better not test me because I'll break your face. Like that type of energy is always her. She has a playful nature, but at the same time, she has a really serious side when you start screwing with her. And I don't like the fact that everything, and when it's been going on for years now, everybody's a girl boss and all that stuff. Yeah, fine. Why is everyone unpleasant? Everyone's unpleasant. Every woman, let me be clear. Every woman that's now a hero is unpleasant and unlikable. It's so bizarre to me that you can take somebody who is arguably, if I polled 1,000 people, I would say at least 800 people would say that Supergirl is one of their favorite heroines. If you take outside of Wonder Woman or whatever, they're one of everybody's favorite heroines because she's a likable character, and she always has been until freaking Tom King lost his mind. But she's always been a likable character. So the idea of putting her in the midst of nihilism is just so ridiculous on itself. We have a dark Supergirl already. Her name is Power Girl. Okay, we have a dark Supergirl. We don't need.
Oh, but you can't do Power Girl because then you have to do Boob Window.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to present titty meat. You have to present titty meat. That's what you have to do.
Taking out the costume element, obviously, would this actually work as a Power Girl movie? Just forgetting the costume being a completely different and them not doing the boob window. Does this feel like Power Girl?
If this was a Power Girl film, I can give it more leeway because Galatea, the clone, Galatea is linked to a whole lot more darker things, dark cloning. If you want to look in like Project Cadmus, all that stuff is like stuff that she had to do with her mind. There was legitimate torture that she had to go through in order to be created. Then if you want to give me a darker, more nihilistic character, sure, because she doesn't understand what real love is. All she knows is labs and being poked and prodded and all that other stuff. So yeah, if you want to give me a dark Power Girl story that's going around and just punching and kicking people in the nuts and just throwing people through walls and doesn't care about Superman and all that other stuff like that, okay, you can sell me on this because the origin is completely different. This is someone that does not have a family, period.
And she's stronger.
She's strong, and she's stronger than Supergirl.
Yeah.
So then now you have a nucleus for that, and she's trained to just be a murderer essentially. So now you give me something like that, and you can give me legitimate nihilism because she believes that heroism isn't real because she's been trained by the doctors and all the other psychopaths to make her think and feel this way. Okay, now you can sell me. You can sell me on that. But Kara Zor-El? Are we smoking hemp laced with angel dust? What are we doing? The idea of that is offensive, and that's why people hate this crap.
Dre, they're preaching to the modern fan base who
there is no modern fan base.
Well, you know what I mean. I mean. They're preaching to the crap audience who think that the teaser for the teaser getting all these likes on social media in its day one means it's going to do great compared to
just
Superman.
me, or is that not that good for a
it's not
DC
anything.
product?
It's not anything, and it's meaningless because here's the trailer. And before we get into it, before we go over it, it currently sits at over 18 million views, 360 ups, 39 down. But they wanted to make a big deal of this. I was talking about this to Jed prior to this part of the stream, that they tried to make a big deal. Interesting note, those who are fans of DCO and the new Supergirl teaser, it's sitting just under 5 million views on YouTube right now after 7 hours of being released. Superman had 5 million views on YouTube after about 7 hours. The interest is there. This is a good sign. So they were claiming that. Then later that day. Yeah, okay.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
This is stand logic. It's stand logic.
So okay. Yeah. They can't count. All right, got it. All right.
So virtually the same amount of interest and a movie that didn't break even. Yeah, that's a great sign.
That's interest. Look, they said they were so happy with 5 million in 7 hours. In 24 hours, it was only at 9.6 million, and they kept comparing it to the Batman and to Superman. So this movie, this Supergirl movie, which they think is going to have as much traction or more than Superman 2025, which didn't even break $615 million, settled at 612. They think that it's going to do that. So they're boasting it's got interest in 24 hours. Well, here we are 48 hours later. It still hasn't gotten more than Superman did in the 24-hour period. So by logical, if we're going to play this, here comes the interactions, social interactions. We're going to play this game. It's already set up to fail. Because
according to their logic, yes.
Yes. So this is why don't jump out ahead on stuff like this. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's a James Gunn. We'll get to James Gunn in a minute. So now let's look at this trailer. We're not going to play it because Warner Brothers is asshole. They will claim, and since I got a strike floating above my head right now, I ain't taking any chances with people I know who are going to claim trailers. But we've all seen this. We've all seen it.
Yeah.
We've all seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it several times.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go through it. So right now, it opened with, once again here, CGI Crypto. Whether this is her apartment or she's in a flop house on some planet, who knows?
This is her space trailer.
It's space trailer.
This is her space RV. Yep.
Okay.
This is Guardians of the Galaxy.
And remember when we talked about what was going to happen?
Yep.
In the trailer, said the rumor said Crypto is going to be pissing on an alien rock. Nope. Turns out, I'll just play it for half a second here, just so that we get the right moment. Nope. Pissing on Superman.
That is correct.
All right. So the defense for this is it's not a big deal, and that he doesn't like Superman anyway because he's Kara's dog. And look, remember how he behaved in Superman 2025? No, Jed. Even though, and remember, let's put this out there because we want to make sure that the stands and the shills and the poop guzzlers that they understand. We know. James Gunn did not direct this. James Gunn did not write it, but he is executive producer.
Yes,
he is studio head. For the microbrains out there, there's something called notes. There's something called him walking in and saying, I want to see it go in this direction. Because how many times we heard that Kevin Feige has wanted things go in a direction and it goes in that direction. Studio head says he wants something done, it happens. This, and Jed, I believe you're the one that said it to me first. This got storyboarded. This got drafted many times on scripts, went through all this stuff, and has made it to the first official trailer. This was done with purpose.
Oh, there's so much purpose in this, and it goes even beyond a James Gunn note, perhaps. This movie was made by a director who wants to appease James Gunn to keep his job and to get more projects in the DCU. It feels more like this director is trying to make a movie for an audience of one, for an audience of James Gunn, trying to recreate his style, trying to recreate Guardians of the Galaxy, just trying to be so James Gunn-like that it satisfies his target audience of one. This decision is in that same line. So whether or not James Gunn is the one who had the idea, he absolutely proved it. But whether or not he had the idea, it was done for his benefit, at least in my opinion. And yeah, there's nothing casual or innocent about a moment like this. The defense I've seen is, oh, he's a dog. He just pees on anything, and he's not smart enough to be able to tell what he's peeing on. I throw that into a little bit of question because Crypto is fairly intelligent compared to a normal dog. I mean, he's trained, even in the movie that we saw. Yeah, even in the movie we saw
even I'm aware that let me try that again. Even I'm aware that Crypto is quite an intelligent little doggy, sorry, big doggy. Even I'm aware of that. Like, he's smarter than the average dog, basically.
Yeah. This isn't just a real live dog happening to pee on whatever newspaper was on hand. This is a CGI creation.
Exactly.
This is something that was written into the script because there's dialogue about it. This was something that was crafted by artists. This is something that went through edits, reshoots, went through the entire process, test audiences. And then, most importantly, put forward as the first shot of the first trailer. There's nothing unintentional or innocent about this. even if it's just a dog peeing on it. Why are you reading into it? Because they want us to read into it. You don't put something as the opening moment of a trailer without having some impact, whether or not that's comedy or action, whatever it is. A marketing team wants the first moment to latch you in and tell you something and get you interested. This was so intentional, and this just tells you what type of audience they're looking for. Yep. The audience of James Gunn.
And Dre, it's right back to what I said a couple minutes ago. Disrespect and disdain for heroism.
And the moment I saw this, I felt myself getting legitimately upset because, okay, like I know he didn't write it, he didn't direct, whatever. I blame all this on him. All this is James Gunn's fault. I don't care. All of this is his fault. You tell us, we all know you're a liar and a thief and a scoundrel, but you tell us that you respect our source material. You tell us that you respect our culture. And your first order of business is to pee on Superman's face. That is disrespectful. I don't care how you spin it. And you're like, oh, it's setting a tone. No, this is not how you set a tone. Especially when we just had a film, which is supposed to be about bright and a newer, brighter outlook on Superman and whatever the case may be. And then literally the next film is about some nihilistic garbage. And you have the dog peeing on his face. And that's not incidental. That's not like, oh, you could have had anything down there. You could have had just a brick, a piece of paper. Me. You could have had anything. You could have had anything down there, but you chose to literally have Superman be peed on. Now, I don't know what this writer's trying to tell us. Maybe that
it's a woman, by the way. It's a woman.
Surprise. I don't get it. I don't get what you're trying to do with your universe. If you're trying to elevate this new DCU, which ain't gonna last long, as we discussed in the weeks before, why in the world would you send a message like this? That's not okay, man. I don't see how, like, okay, just to put into some perspective and just in a different outlook. Let's say this was America's Next Top Model. All right, just so I can show you that I'm not being biased. All right, America's Next Top Model. And they go through the whole tournament and everything, and the girl won the award for America's Next Top Model. Hooray. The next season starts, and right when they get the new girls in there, they start slapping the girl that won last season.
I'd watch that.
That would be funny. But
I'm not the target audience.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not talking about. But all the women that watched that America's Next Top Model that was invested in that lady, and then watching her get beat the moment she walks through the door, they're going to be shocked, stunned, and outraged because that is someone that they identify with, or they cheered for, or they voted for, or whatever the case may be. Now you see them being humiliated in front of you. And to do what? Prop up the new crop of skanks that are going to get naked on camera? It's ridiculous. The principle remains the same. Now, there are people that are fans of that Superman movie. Now, I myself, I thought it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, but under no circumstance was it great or good.
It's aging worse and worse as time goes on.
Oh, it is by every passing minute. Yeah. But it doesn't deserve this. It doesn't deserve the idea like, we'll piss on it, and now let's talk about nihilism.
Would you guys like to see?
It's not okay, man.
Are you guys curious about Anna Noguera, what her writing credentials are for this movie?
Who the heck is that? Oh, that's the writer for this.
That's the writer. She wrote some Teen Titans.
Oh my god!
Wait, is that
she's written nothing.
Pre-production.
She's written nothing, and she's
written a short film,
and she's a 2-bit actress in basically nothing.
So she wrote a
Vampire Diaries. No, this is her. No, it's her acting. This isn't writing.
Yeah, but her writing, she has one short story.
This is all she's done for writing. This is
all stuff is pre-production, so that's not stuff that's out yet. Only that We Win short is out.
We Win. Yeah, that's the only thing.
And they're passing her to the DCU Wonder Woman. So James Gunn slapped this chick onto this with literally no experience. So for everybody saying James Gunn didn't write this, oh no, who do you think's in the room with her when she's
This
writing?
is my thing, Adam. This is why I will say for like rookie writers or something like that. I'm willing to give a rookie writer grace. You have to start somewhere. Now, do I think you should be given a major DC product
No.
or a historical character?
No.
Absolutely not. But hey, when
You
you're
start
out
with
there
an episode of television.
two-handing it, all right, and doing things in all of your holes, you're going to get a couple of bonuses here and there. That's the reality. I live in the real world. I know how the real world works, all right? Someone's knees are severely scuffed up, okay? That's the reality. That's how she got this job. Now that you're there, now is your golden opportunity to show that you belong here. And if this is your chance to win me over. I am the target demo. This is a comic book film. You are supposed to seduce me. Get my panties off. You are to seduce me, period. And the first thing that you do, that you put in your trailer script, is to piss on Superman. How are you supposed to win me over? Women aren't showing up to this movie already. Let's get that out of the way. Women ain't showing up. Normies ain't showing up.
There's Momoa.
Yeah, Momoa's not going shirtless.
Who they didn't even feature in this freaking trailer except for
half a second.
2 seconds.
Half a second.
2 seconds.
Not even half a second. It's like right around here. I think this is it right here. Yeah, here it is. Go real quick. No, that's not it.
I think
it's somewhere around here.
He's like further back.
Somewhere around here.
Yeah, he's in the joint for 0.2 seconds.
Yeah.
If you're trying to seduce the woman gaze, my trailer is going to be filled with Jason Momoa with his shirt off and full on. I'm telling you, Dragon Lady, I'm telling you, you will not see a moment of him being clothed in my trailer. Period.
Oh, yeah. Oil him up like Khal Drogo.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank
you.
Just get if your plan is to get ladies' butts in seats, one thing I've learned over the years in all my decades is women hate women more than anything else. Okay. I've learned this over the years. No one wants to see a woman never wants to see another woman succeed. Hashtag WNBA. But all the same, if you're trying to market this to women, get Jason Momoa butt up ball naked in your trailer. 2, give them a bunch of fancy outfits because that's what they're into. But if your idea of like, oh, we're gonna sell another girl boss and then have a film that should have been dropped 20 years ago, what are you doing? Like stop.
Just heroin in frumpy clothes covered in dirt. That's what I'm saying.
And
is not going to work for women.
Smell Kara in this trailer. I could smell her.
Oh, she's drunk in every scene. You can smell the vodka sweat off of her.
Now, here's the thing. So we're not going through this whole thing. Dre has put it all so perfectly about all of this. They don't want us to. They want us to. All right. Here's the thing. James Gunn, who probably ghost wrote this script. We're looking at that woman. He ghost wrote this script, plain and simple. They want you to see that this is Kara's becoming a hero movie. That she hasn't really been a hero. She hasn't given into it. She's been fighting it because the nihilism. Oh, you're the chick here. Oh, you're the only Kryptonians left. And what was it like to watch Krypton die in a day? And then Kara nihilistically saying, Krypton didn't die in a day. The gods weren't that kind. There it is.
You know, there's going to be some climate change.
There'll be
a bunch of
talk about corruption of Krypton, stuff like that. And
I don't know if you guys caught it, though. There was a couple shots of Krypton right in the trailer.
Yeah.
It was under a yellow sun. It was Earth.
It's
there's a lot wrong with this trailer. Now let me just nerd out for a split second because there's a lot of nerd issues here.
I believe
there's a lot of nerd issues.
Yep, that's not a red sun.
So yes, that for sure is not a red sun, and this is supposed to be the abduction of Kandor. This will be abduction of Kandor, which in this case, I guess in this story, this is where they're putting Supergirl in, and they're putting her in there, which is fine. In stories like that, I got no problem.
Yeah, so they're going the Kandor route, not the Phantom Zone route, or stuck in a
they're doing the Kandor route. That's fine. I got no problem with that. That's cool. But then you have to feature Brainiac, but I'm not even going to get in all of that. I got a couple of problems with this. A lot wrong with this trailer, like especially in all the bar scenes and the Joan, like, yeah, you're putting your guns at me, you'll be in trouble. Blah, blah, blah. How is she drunk, Adam?
I don't know.
How is she drunk? Because she has powers in the scene.
We have talked about this repeatedly. They don't understand the genetics of Kryptonians in the ultraviolet yellow sun.
Yes. I am very confused how she is drunk with a yellow sun. So when I watched the first Superman and she came back drunk or whatever the case may be, my nerd brain turned on and I said, oh, she must have been in a different solar system that didn't have a yellow sun, and she partied and got drunk and then came straight home. That's what I said to myself to justify the garbage that was put at the end of that film.
They did say that. Ford did say, hey, she's been partying at a red sun planet. Like, they exposized to each other. So they did specifically mention red sun for her being drunk.
So why is she drunk now?
They forgot about that?
Okay. See, and this is what I'm talking about. This
writer.
is what I'm talking about. Because if she was just drunk and then she just got her behind whooped in that scene, I'm like, okay, fine. She doesn't have her powers. No, she's throwing niggas around. I'm like, wait a second. Wait. So you're drunk and you have your powers? So you're exposed to yellow sun and you can get drunk? Who's writing this? Who?
You could do so much with that. Finding out that she's vulnerable when Lobo comes in and on a yellow sun and beats the shit out of her, she realizes, hey, I've been relying on my powers too much. I need to get back to fundamentals. And she has a training montage under a red sun where she can actually get her ass beat.
And Jed, if you think for 1 second that we're about to get character development from this woman, you're
not.
Are higher than the length of
That's
your
the thing.
gorgeous hair.
They
okay,
think,
there's no way.
They think that this whole I'm gonna be nihilistic, because remember, there's a line right here, right where she's talking here. He sees the good in everybody.
Oh.
I see the truth.
Oh God.
And this movie's supposed to be she's gonna have her face turn. And it's not gonna be earned at all, because she's not gonna wear her super suit until the end of the movie.
I'm sure.
That's what she'll realize. Oh, I'm gonna now I am Supergirl, and look at me. I'm gonna do the right thing in my Supergirl outfit and this and that. Bullshit. It won't be
So she's
earned.
gonna solo Lobo in this film. Is that what you're telling me, Adam?
Oh, 100% in the end.
There is no way. We talked about this prior to this trailer a long time ago. There is no way Kara could take Lobo.
On her best day.
Yeah.
She can't beat Lobo. Yellow
His
sun,
his
whatever,
healing factor
walking
is
on the sun's surface, she can't take him. So
healing factor, too much.
yes. There's a reason why he's a Superman villain. That's not by accident.
Yeah.
That's not by accident. If she solos freaking Lobo in this joint, I have to riot. On Christian principles, I've got to riot. Because not only are you disrespecting Lobo, which is one of my favorite villains, I really like him. He's a great anti-hero, whatever you want to classify him as. I love me some Lobo, the main man. I think he's great, and he deserves better than this. And I already know if she solos him, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do anymore, because we got this ragtag group of nonsense. What, she's going to find her inner self and be good when she realizes that being nihilistic isn't the right answer? Gee willikers, everyone knows that. Everyone born in history knows that nihilism is not the right answer, because everyone that's practiced nihilism has been shunned from society in every way, shape, and form in all of human history. So this broad is going to realize, oh, I guess being good is a good idea. No, that's ridiculous, man. It can't be the same story of, oh, I've always been a girl boss, but now I realize I'm a girl boss. Go screw. You can't do this, man. Show some respect for yourselves. Think about your children.
There is no way that they're going to show Lobo beating the ever-loving shit out of her.
That's what's supposed to happen.
It's what's supposed to happen? I was going to say, does he show up in the Tom King thing? Did he show up in that one?
Oh, God, no.
In Woman of Tomorrow.
No. Okay, yes, that was my next question. Lobo is an insert in this story then. They're basing this on Tom King's trash, and now they're inserting Lobo just for the Jason Momoa factor.
Yeah, that was the James Gunn note, because Jason Momoa and him were already talking about this as soon as James was hired. So this was 100% a thing James pushed on the Supergirl creative team.
Yeah.
I have something to say. Go ahead. I think Lobo is not going to be in this film very much.
I think it's
Think
quick.
it's going to be a
too.
cameo.
I think
I think it's a second act segment, one and done. I still think he's been hired to bounty hunt the girl that Kara's protecting. Something's
Who's
going to
gonna be the
happen.
girl-
Adam, I
who's
don't
the
even
key
think
to
it's going to be that
everything.
deep. Adam, my brain literally just clicked for a split second. I think he's going to be hunting someone that's got nothing to do with this story, and she's just going to happen to be there and bear witness, and then they have a skirmish or something, and then he grabs whoever the proletan and get up out of there. I think that's my brain literally just went there just for a split second. He's not going to be in this movie long. I think he'll be in this joint for about 45 whole seconds. I think that I'm convinced.
Who do you
I'm
think is
10 minutes
the
or
villain
less.
in
then?
this joint.
10 minutes of screen time or less, I think, for Lobo. 10 minutes of
If
screen
that.
time or less.
If that, my brain just kind of hit that. I'm like, because everything you're saying, Adam, and like, they can't have him beat the dog water out of her. They can't have that for sure. And under no Christian God are you going to sit there and have her beat him? There's no way.
In a
There's
movie,
no way.
in a movie they're claiming is under 2 hours in runtime, there's no time for Lobo to do anything in this other than show up for a scene or two like this, and maybe slap her around a little bit, but nothing too serious. Because she might still be post whatever fight here or there. She might be a little drained without any UV light, but this whole thing, it's just more of the disrespect. We come back to the one word, disrespect, and I add a word, disdain. It comes back to all of that. You have people working on this that are not equipped to write it. I don't know much about Craig Gillespie as a director. I've never heard of him. And I don't hold much weight for directors anyway, most of the time. What I do know, as we've said repeatedly, James Gunn, to borrow your phrase, Dre, I've been using it this week, his booger-stained finger is going to be all over this thing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to hear he didn't write it, direct it. No, this is his movie. A lot of people want to talk about Guardians, this, Guardians, that. I'm not even getting into that. I'm getting into the feel of this. This high-octane, clippity-clip, quippity-quip crap that is James Gunn. And, of course, the nihilism. He sees the good in people. I see the truth. This isn't what we wanted. It's what we asked for. Nobody asked for Tom King's Supergirl. People want real Kara Zor-El. Nobody wants this. And it's all beginning. They're overprotecting it. James Gunn. So many times the female superhero is so perfect. She's not all that like a male. She's not that at all. She's like male superheroes have been allowed to be for a while. James Gunn is talking a lot. Again. Talking a lot. Jen already talked about it a moment ago. Calls her an anti-hero. All kinds of bullshit. James Gunn cannot stop himself. And now we have something even better. I don't think you guys have seen this because, wrong button again. That's a habit from
We have seen that before.
Shut up. James Gunn said something. He said wait, where is it? I had it. Where did it go?
Oh, no.
James Gunn said the quiet part out loud on camera. Talk to some shills and some stands. This is why we talk about this stuff. Wait, is this the right one? I think it's the right one. This is why we talk about James Gunn is a liar, and we do not believe. This is why we talk about this stuff is so protected. Here's James Gunn talking to a bunch of influencers during stream. Not sure. Here we go. Watch this.
Like, to be completely honest, I really appreciate what you guys have done.
Heather Antos. Dre, you know who Heather Antos is. Heather Antos. Let's just say she caused a lot of problems. Somebody off
Why is she still allowed to speak?
She is a scammer. She scammed people. She took their money and ran, and a lot of to get things done. And somebody off themselves because of her. Still running. So
this girl's a criminal.
She's a criminal. So now, so we wind it back. I didn't mean to stop it. a couple seconds, so let's start it again. But I wanted to know who is in there. She's infamous. She's infamous.
Like, to be completely
And from Dre's face, I think he agrees. We lost sound.
Yeah.
You lost sound? Oh, that
Yeah, you're roboting.
I'm roboting. Okay, hold on. All right.
I thought that was just me with all my issues.
Oh,
with Dre's
well,
face.
I did share the sound. I did share the sound, so that wasn't.
You did. It came in for a minute.
Yeah, and it cut out. It cut out for a second. I'm sitting there.
All right.
I looked at my network for a second. I said, "Wait a minute, what did I do?"
Let me reshare it. Let me reshare it.
While you're resharing it, I think this is a good time to give Dragon Lady her out.
Oh, bye.
Oh, bye, Dragon Lady.
Night.
Bye. Okay, so once again, I stopped it just to point out that one of the most infamous people in comics, Heather Antos. Criminal.
This is just a top
people's
tier
money.
trio of shit.
Yeah.
All right, there's the Heather Antos stuff, but the other two, I've talked about this in the past. When I was a teenager, when I was 18 or whatnot, I was a Marvel shill. It took WandaVision's ending for me to actually look at Marvel critically. I was watching a lot of new rock stars, the Eric Voss guy, and he implicitly loves everything. And just like mouth droolingly excited about the smallest details. Sometimes they're obvious. Sometimes the details he comes up with are absolutely bonkers insane. And the other guy has nothing to say. Ryan videos are just saying things in a chippy voice.
Ryan Airy pisses me off more than Eric Voss. Now, Eric Voss, I think, is down on his knees gargling everyone's sack. Everyone, including my own. He's just gargling.
Okay.
He's just sitting there.
All right. Pin in that. All right. Now I'm going to play it. Tell me if there's audio. Tell me if there's audio. All right.
I really appreciate.
Is audio?
So far, so good.
Okay. All right. Let's let it play all the way, and then we'll make our commentary.
Yes, please.
Let's listen to James Gunn mouthify them.
I really appreciate what you guys have done with the show and everything. I appreciate your shows. I think they're fun to watch, whether about my stuff or something else. This was my idea to do, a handful of people whose stuff I enjoy and say, let's give them a little bit of time because.
So you're only going to the people who are talking positive about you're giving them their marching orders is what you're doing. That's what I hear. Got a couple seconds left.
I appreciate it. And
We
you
appreciate that.
Look how happy he is. Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's his life fulfilled.
I hate Eric.
Yeah.
Man, I hate these guys, man.
So
I
there it
can't
is.
stand him anymore.
So there it is. This is James Gunn thanking his shills. Thanking guntards, everybody, essentially everybody who carries his water. So I'm gonna. This is the payoff. You have been so nice to me. I'm now going to reward you with my presence and exclusives. But I thought that everything about the DCU wasn't bought and paid for. I thought it was organic and grassroots, and everybody loved this. Just loved this stuff. No, this is the truth. It's what it always is. You carry water, you get rewarded. You get your influence, you get your insider crap. And this is a trio of dog shit.
Oh,
a criminal, an ass licker, and just a loser.
And there's something worse about Ryan Airy. He's a fence sitter. And there's nothing that pisses me off more than fence sitting. Eric Voss, we already know his knees are scuffed up all the way up to his thighs. Got him. We already know what he does. Ryan Airy is always when a movie comes like, this is the best thing we've ever seen. And I was over there and I was touching my candy balls and everything was amazing. And then release a video the next day talking about, did it really suck? Well, let's see where things could have improved. And I wanted to be more. I still liked it, but I think this could have been better right here. And let's talk to some of my other little dumb bastards that's over there milking that teeth. And then they get up there and say the same thing that he's doing. And then another week goes by. You're like, oh, well, it didn't really do as well as we thought it was going to do. But look how great it really is.
He has no opinions on anything. He's just taking advantage of any algorithm he can find. He's a real grifter.
Ridiculous. That's what I'm saying. Like, Ryan Airy infuriates me more than except for Heather Antos. She needs to go to jail. She needs to go to jail. Call police. She needs to go to jail.
She's evil. She's pure fucking evil.
Yeah, she needs to go to federal prison and let me catch her in the street. I'm calling the cops. My black tail's calling the cops. I'm calling the feds. She's going down.
She embezzled people's money and got somebody off.
She's going to prison. I will don't let me catch that redhead in the streets. She's going to jail. Eric Voss, he's a harmless, just a hamster. He's just there, just sucking it. He just sucking the water dry.
It's a great comparison.
You know what gets me really excited? Star Wars gets me excited. You know what else makes me excited? Anything DC makes me excited. Yeah, this Marvel movie is great. But bro, everybody knows these movies are garbage. Well, look at me. Watch me suck it. Like that's fine. That's his MO.
Jed, you were right. This made his life right here. Thank you, Mr. Gunn. Thank
that's
you.
What I'm saying. He's gonna be bathing in liquid form for freaking days off of this. But freaking Brian Airy is the worst fence sitter in the game today. That man, and then I want to hide behind his freaking dog gimmick. Like, my dog is cute. It's a protection. Shut up. No, you're a fence sitter. That's why I hate him. That man makes me sick to my stomach, especially when things that are astronomically bad. Like, for instance, like recently, like Badlands. And this man's over there sitting there glazing. He's glazing it. Like, oh my God, this is the best freaking Predator we ever got in our lives. Oh yeah. Oh, look how unique it is. Oh yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, great. You liked it. Next freaking day. Well, how come people don't like it? Well, if you look at where they got the source material from in Predator Concrete Jungle, some people thought that there was but they're not really right about that. And then another video. Well, what went wrong? Shut up, man. Like, bro, just don't say anything. You're a fraud.
At least Eric sticks to his opinions.
Yes, Eric sticks to it. Eric Voss is down there on his knees performing the greatest fellatio the world has ever seen, and he goes all the way. No matter
that is
how
the point.
bad.
That is the point. Bottom line, this is what James Gunn wants. He just wants the lick spittles. He just wants the water carries. He just wants to be told he's great. He won't.
You know he's not being satisfied by his wife.
Oh, under no circumstances.
Well, no, he satisfies himself watching other people do his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
that's
Adam,
true.
you need to clip out Dre there with the hand movements and
I
end the clip. You've got to end the clip with, "Oh, you enjoyed that? Great. Next." Cut it there before he finishes that sentence.
I've already timestamped it. Don't worry. I keep notes now myself. I don't wait for anybody else. I have the notepad open every stream. I write it all down. Bottom line, the cat is out of the bag. And I can't believe they recorded this and released it.
That's crazy talk.
I mean, this shows you don't read the room. And it tells me all the support that he gets. Don't tell me these people do not have their mailing list, their Discord chat rooms, where they send the marching orders to all the social media tards out there, the stands, who say the same shit over again. The stuff we showed you earlier about, oh, it reached this, it reached that, it did this million, that million. Oh, it's compared to this. They get their marching orders from people like this in the Discords, or or they create the Discord rooms. Because I used to be forums, used to be Reddit. Now it's Discord rooms. They're all in the Discord rooms waiting for somebody to give them the line, the marching order, the bullet points of how to go out and make it look like it's organic love for James Gunn's DCU. No, this is James Gunn rewarding his special friends who have been so good to him. And they'll have their counterpoints to whatever we say, because ever notice all the same counterpoints, word for word, beat for beat. Whereas we come up with our stuff off the cuff a lot. It's never the same, said the same way twice. A lot of people come out of different angles. I mean, like I said before, a lot of people came at this stuff going after Supergirl about Guardians this, Guardians that. I haven't said Guardians once in my criticism. My criticisms are all separate from comparing to Guardians. It's all fake. It's all lame. It's all pathetic. And we see this for what it is. And we're calling it out. And it's only going to get worse. The Supergirl protection is going to be on the level of the Superman protection. Frankly, it'll be worse because then you have to deal with the Millie Alcock simps who think that this mid, I'm going to say she's mid. She's not
If that, like
She's
she's from
mid.
Game of Thrones, right? Or-
All
House
she
of the
all
Dragon,
she
yeah.
did
Oh, House of
was
Dragon,
House of the Dragon, where she was underage. The character was underage.
Oh,
Character was
oh,
underage.
oh,
Character
oh,
was underage.
oh, okay.
And other than that, there is nothing she's done. But she's been crowned as this next great big thing. And she's got Sims. She's generational. She's beautiful, fantastic. She's mid. And it's good. And as I've said since the beginning, we're going to have a very hard time talking about this because of Millie Alcock Sims. We're going to be yelled at for how dare you talk about Millie Alcock like this. No, I will talk about Millie Alcock as being a bad actress when this comes out. Because from what we've seen in the trailer, very horrible delivery.
She's gotten really bad direction because I do think she did a phenomenal job in House of Dragon. She was one of the highlights of that show, even though she was only in like first half of the first season and a cameo in season 2.
Yeah.
She's not all that relevant in the show at this point, but I thought she did a really good job with what she was given. This just screams of directional issues
and bad writing.
Bad writing.
Bad writing, yeah. So we will now watch. I guarantee I have no idea what's going to happen this week with Supergirl, DCU. I'm sure something will happen. Something always happens. We think it's done. James Gunn is, and here's the fascinating thing when you think about this right now. James Gunn didn't write or direct this, but he's doing all the press tours for it. Where's the writer chick?
Director?
Where's this Craig Gillespie guy? Where is he? No, it's James Gunn walking, talking, saying
his ego won't let anybody else be in the spotlight.
Which goes back to my point of don't tell me he was not in the room for this stuff. Don't tell me he wasn't in the room. He wasn't giving notes. He wasn't making sure it's going exactly the way he wants it. And it's going to go exactly the way I believe we predicted will go. This thing's going to make 350 to 450, 450 to 7, because if the world, we go back to our box discussion, where the world is making bank for Zootopia, where they're counting on it making bank for Avatar 3, if the world didn't show up for Superman, they're not going to show up for Supergirl.
Under no circumstance. That's just
your Trinity's the litmus test. If your Trinity in DC is not doing well, nothing else is doing well. Yeah. Supergirl's not where you go right after you start your universe. Set up 100%. Your big three. Set up your Green Lantern. Set up your Justice League.
Yeah.
Supergirl's at best a B character, from what I understand.
You are correct.
We're not even going to get into the Lanterns teaser we got. I don't want because it's not enough. It's
not
enough.
Worth it.
But what you saw, I will say this one. Here's I want to put that there because did we all see the little bit of Lantern things? Did we see that?
I didn't. No, I actually got basically rickrolled. Someone said I have the Lanterns trailer and started playing. It's like, all right, this looks like decent CGI, and it was the Ryan Reynolds trailer.
Oh, it wasn't even a trailer. It's 11 seconds of something, and you have
I didn't see that.
Hal. You have Hal and John in the car, and Hal is driving the car off a cliff, and he takes off his ring and puts it on the dashboard and said, "You don't." It says to John. It says to John says, "You don't get this till the ring approves of you."
What? Hal is giving his ring?
That's what it looks like. And the ring's got like cracks. It's got a yellow on it. People are saying it's already infected by parallax fear and shit like that. But here's the thing. If Jon Stewart has been chosen as a Green Lantern, the ring has already chosen him. He simply needs to learn how to use his willpower and be trained. There is no. I have a very, very big suspicion right now that this Lantern show is going to get Lantern lore all kinds of wrong.
They've already messed it up in the Superman. They already don't even know how the constructs work already.
Yeah,
so they already messed that up.
You're right.
They've already messed that up completely.
Yeah.
If they're trying to talk about like there's a line of succession with the Green Lantern ring, I am going to have to throw up on somebody's lap. I got IBS. I can make it happen.
Yeah.
All right. I can't do this anymore.
All right.
Man.
When a Green Lantern, and when I say Green, I mean a member of the Green Lantern Corps from anywhere in the galaxy. When a Green Lantern dies, the ring fires off into the galaxy to find its next host on its own. It chooses you. It finds you and chooses you because it sees that in your soul you have what it takes, the willpower to be a Green Lantern.
That's correct.
That is how it works. That's how Hal got his. Well, he just happened to be right there as somebody as I forget what the
Abensor.
Abensor, thank you. As he dies, Hal is there, and the ring's like, "Oh, I found you right away. There you go." But that's how it works. The ring finds its next owner on its own. There's no passing of the torch. There's no, once you have the ring, you simply have to be trained how to use the ring. And it's going to.
So what you're about to say to me, Adam, what you're about to say to me
Yeah.
is that Ryan Reynolds, Green Lantern, got it right over this.
That's the psychotic thing I'm thinking, yes.
Because I hate that movie. And I think that movie is absolute space age garbage.
The only good moment in the movie is at the very end when he does the lantern oath to power himself up. That's the only good moment in that movie when he says the oath. And I love that part.
But this one thing, now we're in an age where lore doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
I now am being forced to give credit to one of the worst films, let alone
which Ryan Reynolds admits it's garbage.
He
makes
garbage.
fun of it every chance he gets. He makes fun of it.
But the lore is right.
Yeah.
That's the
except for Parallax. The Parallax.
Outside of Parallax.
Yeah,
as far as the Green Lantern Corps stuff is concerned, now I'm being forced against my will, essayed, if you would, to give credit to the passing of the Green Lantern ring, how they did it darn near perfectly in this film. They did. Abensor comes down. He was Parallax, but whatever. He comes down. He gives the ring. It finds Hal Jordan. It selects him. He says the oath. He is then transported to Oa and begins training. For the love of God, it was flawless. Now the sequence, the film is absolute trash.
No,
but the sequence is flawless.
Yeah.
If you're gonna sit there and tell me that these good-for-nothing, crack-filled, heroin injecting, cocaine snorting, bath salt up the penis hole people are going to sit there and disrespect the lore of the Green Lanterns, well, there's nothing left. Because that's the easiest, outside of Krypton blowing up, the Green Lantern passing of the ring is the easiest lore to do outside the big three. Let me be fair. Outside the big three, this is the easiest lore to do. If they try to do some passing of the torch thing from a Hal Jordan to John Stewart, I riot. I want you to even paint this as this is a retelling because we don't know how to read books. I've got countless books behind me. Grab one, James Gunn or friends.
I wasn't going to do it.
Research.
I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show it to you to see what I'm talking about. I'm going to show it to you. Well, that's loud. Sorry, that was really loud. Go again.
It was actually very quiet for us.
Well, it really was? Oh, because
it was fine. It was fine.
All right.
I've trained my entire life for this.
You're not ready to get up before the class till Boring says you are.
Oh my God, that is what it's insinuating. Oh my God, baby Jesus.
Am I right? So I'm right. I'm right, aren't I?
Oh, 100%.
I'm right.
I can't be a part of this. I can't be a part of this. Okay. Adam, you are 110 trillion% correct. You are 110% correct. I can't be a part of this. I can't be a part. Jesus will not let me gaze upon this foolishness. This
I can't wait till
you're not going to review it with us.
I can't be a part of this.
I can't wait now.
I'm sorry. I can't.
Come on, we got to do a Doctor Who Cares review style review of this show.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's a wow. Woo!
I'm right. I am.
You're right.
I am right.
You're right. I have no rebuttal.
Well, Hal just tried to kill John too.
And that's gonna force him to put on the ring and fly, and it's all kinds of DCU.
That's not how that works.
No, it is not.
Oh my.
No, sir, it is not.
Oh, that's not it, Jesus. That's
good,
not it.
Sir Algram, for 35 months membership. Supergirl is the WNBA. No one cares, nor likes the idea, and yet it's pushed by woke microbrains.
Truer words have never been spoken. The WNBA is the worst sporting piece of garbage the world has ever seen. It is the only sports league in the history of humankind that has never made a red cent in 20 years that still is allowed to continue to exist. Why? Because it's subsidized by the ESPN, the NBA, and ultimately now Disney has to pay for the WNBA because they lose $100 million every freaking year. And that is exactly what the Supergirl joint is. I agree with you, Algram. Well spoken.
You go in there to get out of the rain.
That's it. And them girls just happen to be playing ball. That's it.
And once in a while, a dildo ends up on the court, and somebody claims
what
they
was
keep
that
it.
about?
That's the most people have talked about the WNBA since its inception. Is the dildo showing up on the court.
Yeah.
People went just to see if it would happen again. Their ticket sales increased.
Yeah.
Yep, just to see if someone's going to be throwing sex objects onto the freaking. Can the WNBA
No one even cares about
now?
the fights. It's not even a hockey situation where you go for the fights. The fights aren't even worth it.
No.
I had an uncle, just offshoot. My uncle used to work for the MCI Center. For those that are in the area, you may have heard of it or whatever, but now it's like Capital One, whatever it is now. MCI Center. So we used to get in there for free and we watched the Bullets play and, other stuff. They're now the Wizards. There were those that don't follow basketball. When the Mystics first came, which is the lady basketball league, we were up in the stands, and because we were there to work, I kid you not, there were 40 people in the stands.
On
40
launch
people in the stands. Them girls, give them credit. They were playing their little hearts out. But first of all, the product is garbage.
Nobody cares.
And there was nobody there. And ironically enough, all 40 people, dudes, not a single girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, women don't like women.
Women don't like women, especially women that are working together to achieve a goal. So, little tangent, but yes, Algram, absolutely correct. You're 110% correct. But that Green Lantern stuff offends me on ways that I can't even put into words, man. That's offensive. That's offensive. I care about the lore.
I was not imagining things, was I?
No, you weren't.
Oh, absolutely not.
No, you weren't.
No,
that's not how that works.
I saw that. I thought, oh, this is going to be nothing. And then I watched it and I realized, oh, shit. It's going to fuck with how the rings select a lantern.
You could have that scene work with some minor changes. I mean, the whole jumping out of the car and driving off the cliff, I think is ridiculous. But if you're going to keep that scene, just say something like,
he's already got his ring. He's got his own ring, and it's forcing him to have the willpower to fly.
Exactly. That's what I mean, is just saying until you master the will to master the ring or something like that, you're never going to succeed. And then he does it.
Sure.
Just like the fear of death gives him the will to survive.
100%.
Already has the ring on. Jet. It can work. I still think it's a weird setup, but
weird setup. But like, if Hal has his ring and he just jumps out the car, whatever, and John already has his ring, but he just doesn't know how to use his willpower yet. Fine, I'll take it for what it is.
Have Hal in his suit flying with the ring to get out of the car instead of jumping on the road.
Hal put his ring on the dash and jumping out is absurd. Because first of all, okay, there's so much wrong. There's so much wrong with that I don't have the time to get into all of it. But there's a couple main bullet points. One, as we established, that's not how the ring changes hands. Number one. Number two, the power of the cosmic ring itself, even if it is off the user's hand, the user can still summon it. It can still use the ring if it's off his hand, if your willpower is strong enough. And Hal Jordan obviously has that amount of will. So he can summon the ring. So leaving the ring on the dash, it will not go to Jon Stewart's hand under any circumstance. Morons. Just read any.
Ridiculous.
Read anything. I'm begging you. DC, James Gunn, I don't care. Your baby mama, I don't care. Somebody read something. Pick up a book. Go to Wikipedia. Just do anything. Because you're literally just throwing straight up diarrhea at the wall, watching it roll down and seeing, it's not going to land. It's diarrhea. It's water. You already know it's not sticking. and you're throwing this at the wall. And I am confused on why, when we have absolute decades of not only source material, but reference material and other shows, movies, cartoons that already have all this lore put together. Just copy and paste. If you don't want to read the books, copy and paste what the Lantern Show did on Cartoon Network like 10, 12 years ago. Do that.
Such a good show.
It was a good show. It was a
good show.
Do that. Do anything other than just say, I'm going to make up some nonsense and pray that it works. We have way too much material for you to do that. All you just do anything. I can't, like, your lack of effort is offensive to me. This is my culture you're playing with here. This is my culture. You are offensive to all five senses. My son is offended, and he's not even in the room. I can't wrap my head around this narcissistic garbage of, hey, I'm gonna throw this out the room and everybody gonna come and suck it. No, only those 3 demon babies that you had on your freaking podcast are gonna come and suck it. You are insane. James Gunn, once again, I know there's somebody else involved. I don't care. You're in charge. You're in charge. Everything goes through you. You are the Kevin Feige of DC. It's your fault. It's your fault because somebody wrote it or put it across your death, and you sat there, jerked off on the page, and said, "This is excellent. Yes, put this on, green light this crap." Disaster, man.
Man, I didn't know I was going to set you off like this. I didn't.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's
I
fine.
hate disrespect of lore.
So do I.
Hate it.
I
hate disrespect of lore.
As a reward, here's
the thing I hate about that is how
memberships, everybody.
grounded it looks. It looks way too grounded for a Green Lantern show. The creativity should be off the charts. You know the constructs are going to be used for anything interesting. It's going to be baseball bats and giant fists. At least the Ryan Reynolds movie, it had some creativity in the constructs that he created.
Sure. Yeah, he pulled a machine gun. He has some, like there's
the race car. It was dumb.
Jed, look what we're doing. Look what we're doing. We are now giving praise to the film that literally could have set freaking Ryan Reynolds' career into the shadow realm. We are literally having to give praise to this because of things that is doing better than even the ideology of what's being produced. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. And Adam, mark my words. Mark, what day is it? Today is December 14th, 2025. Everybody, I'm put this down. People are gonna go back and watch the Green Lantern movie, the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie, and start praising it. I am ready. They're going to go back after this Lantern show comes out and bombs harder than Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They're going to go back and watch the Ryan Reynolds movie and start giving it praise because they're going to compare and contrast. And that garbage that we've been taking a full-on piss on is now going to be looked at as something better than what's being produced.
Because at least they tried.
And now they're going to get grades for it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I ain't no prophet, but I can see some prophecies. Okay? And I see it happening. And I'm already upset thinking about it because that movie is horrible. Horrible. Yeah. But people are going to look back and be like, hey, look, they actually did this. This is actually kind of cool. Hey, look, he's actually creative with the ring. Oh, the suits are kind of retarded, but look at how it reflects on the back. The coke level is going to be over 9,000. And I'm going to sit there and be like, yep, that sounds right to me. It's a ridiculous notion we live in now. What an ordeal.
And
crazy.
And we're going to have to, we will be called all kinds of names when we criticize this show when it comes out.
Man.
All kinds of names. As a reward for that, I gave you guys some gifted memberships for sitting through us having a mini meltdown there.
You deserve it. You deserve it, guys. You deserve it, Chad. I know I crashed out a little bit, but
I just thought I wasn't even planning. I was going to skip it. I thought, you know what, we're into it. I'm going to show it, and my theory looks like it might be right.
I can't.
100%.
I have no evidence to the contrary. None.
And
Now,
it
that's why I
makes
say,
sense. They
I
want to get
didn't-
Hal out of there as quickly as possible.
I didn't want to go too far out on the limb because I need more context. Meaning the show till it's literally seconds, but it's enough for me to at least form this thought that
And
they
you-
get
and-
it wrong.
And my thing is, Adam, what other thought can you possibly form from that teaser? There's literally no other thought that can be formed because two things are for sure. One, John is going to die. Okay. He's going to be meeting Christ and moonwalking with him. Okay. Two, Hal Jordan is no longer going to be a lantern. Based on those 11 seconds, these are two undisputable facts within those 11 seconds that was provided to us. Because John has to become the lantern at that moment, or you have no show.
Mm-hmm.
Period. If he's dead, just roll the freaking credits. So he has to become a lantern at that moment. He has to now take on the mantle, and freaking Hal is out. I can't, man.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
Guy Gardner's going to be in it too. Aren't you guys excited?
Yeah,
for
all of them
more
appearing. Yeah, he'll.
Mhm.
Yeah. Nathan Fillion, he'll just do it. He'll paychecks.
John doesn't have
All
no
right,
bullets.
all right. We got to move on. Because we do have to talk about the Game Awards happened. All right, I didn't watch it.
Nobody.
Honestly, I was taking a 3-hour nap when it was going.
Smart
on.
man.
Because my sicky head said I'm going to sleep, and I did. I felt great. But we've all seen what came out of it, right? We've all seen it. All right, so quick things. What jumped out to you guys? We can scan down this whole thing. We'll come back to this piece of in a moment here. All kinds of stuff. Jed, I know that you rightfully want to take a victory lap for E33.
Oh, absolutely. It swept at the Game Awards. It only lost out on one actual nomination and the Player's Choice Award. The Player's Choice Award was weird, though. It was a gacha game that won. That was bizarre. I don't know what the hell was going on with that. I'd never heard of Wuthering Waves. And audio design, sure, that's not a category that we care about, but all the important categories it got, and it deserved every single one of them. It was a complete experience, masterful on every single level, and it was impactful for me. It is one of my most memorable gaming experiences, and I honestly didn't think I'd have any experiences like that with any new game for a decade. 2025, I had one game that I was really looking forward to, and that was the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, which I absolutely despised. But this game came out of nowhere, made me excited about new games. And now there's a lot coming out next year that I'm looking forward to. Some talked about in the Game Awards, some not. But, you know, it deserved every award it got. The RPG one is the only one that I've heard a cogent argument for why maybe KDC 2 should have won. That one I can see an argument for. But everything else, it deserved it. The story was masterful. The emotion was great. The art style, the music. It was absolutely incredible, and I can't wait to see what they make next in the Claire Obscure universe. We know it's not going to be a direct sequel, but something in this universe, hopefully from the writers that we heard about in some of the real world stuff.
Yeah, because I don't believe that the writers are necessarily the villains that the painters make them out to be.
You can't trust that family.
No, you cannot.
What's her bucket? The Cleo, she's completely insane, and she's the one who told us about the writers.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if the fire was set by Cleo, honestly.
Yeah, Cleo's she's not a good girl. Because look at the shit she does in the game. Massively manipulative. What she does to Simon is criminal.
Heartbreaking. Criminal. And her own painted version, she tortures a manifestation of herself.
Yeah.
Got to be a messed up person to do that.
Because she can't stand it. So she can't stand it. That's all. So E33 rightfully, and much to listen, we all thought Kojima was gonna get it because of the history, but with the way it works, like Kojima was gonna get it, he was gonna win it, and there was no way, no how that X-33 would rightfully win the award it deserved, but it did. So there's that. But we keep going on with this. Let me get back over here. Sorry, doing two.
The reactions are hilarious. Like Kojima finding out that he lost Best Direction, he was seething. He was saying some mean things to Jeff Keighley afterwards. You know that there was a severing of a relationship there.
Yeah.
And the actress for Ghost of Yote, She looks completely insane.
Oh, well, she's
I don't know if you
bonkers.
guys saw that
She's
footage.
yeah, she's bonkers anyway. She's nuts anyway. I agree. Yeah. Total dog shit.
I do respect her for sneaking in a popcorn bucket to the show, though. I do kind of respect her for that.
I guess. But she looked insane to begin with. And she
With
is
clown
insane.
makeup on.
Yeah, she's nuts to begin
Oh,
with.
I'm sorry. We were getting wrong. They look insane.
Fuck
It's a they, them.
I'm not playing that game. I'm not playing that game. I'm not playing that game. So, Extra 33 won. It's great. And the coolest thing, we mentioned earlier in the stream, during acceptance speech, he said, hey, guys, the free DLC we told you about, get it right now. It's there. That was cool. Now, and
people are reading into that as a conspiracy that they knew they were going to win. They announced this DLC 6 months ago. Not the details of it, but
yeah,
they were going to release it when the hype, when people were talking about it with the nominations. They were going to release it that night, whether or not they won, because it was about the audience. It wasn't about the Game Awards. They didn't say, thank you, here's some free shit, Game Awards, for giving us an award. It was about the players.
And the rumor is now, I mean, we always knew it had a low budget. There's rumors now the budget was actually just $10 million.
Less than $10 million, yeah. They were watching YouTube tutorials about how to make games. They hired their writer off Reddit. Their musician was off SoundCloud. No one had any professional experience except for the few creators that they got from Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the voice acting talent once they got a good budget from the Kepler investment.
Mm-hmm.
This is an independent game. The people saying otherwise now, it's just laughable. The hate that this game suddenly got out of the blue.
Yeah.
Of course, there were people who were contrarian this whole year, but the massive, seemingly coordinated hate for this game just because it won a bunch of awards. People calling for participation trophies like, hey, I don't care how good a game it is. It could be the best game ever.
Yeah.
It shouldn't win more than so-and-so amount of awards, like 5 awards. Otherwise, you're just being mean to the other games. Like, no, if something deserves it, it deserves to sweep. Just like
Exactly.
Welcome to capitalism.
Exactly. Yeah, that's my point. I said that on Friday. These people, they're all fucking commies who just want the commie reaction. It everybody should win something. No. The best should win. And if the best wins, then that's what's going on. So this is cool. I am thrilled.
But swept every major award, and that's really good.
Thrilled. And
really
this is, and I'll ask this question a little bit later, but this goes into my hope that better things are coming for gaming. That something that the cream did rise to the top here and was acknowledged for it. Oh, stop it. So then Jed was right. It was Jed who said that the statue was Larian-esque. And it turned out that the big reveal for the statue was a new Divinity game. Whether it's Divinity Original Sin 3, I don't know. Personally,
it's not. It's a new game in that story. It's not a continuation of any series.
So it's just a new Divinity game. Okay. While everybody seems to like the trailer, personally, having played Divinity 1 and never played Divinity Original Sin 2, just played 1, I think I think it's kind of a bit of a letdown. I mean, Divinity is a respected series, and Larian has a lot of goodwill with the success of Baldur's Gate 3. But all this thing for a new Divinity game, which honestly looks like it's going to be very, when I say horrible, I don't mean bad, I mean horrible with what they're going to be doing to whoever
debauchery, degeneracy.
It looks like a very nasty, horrible, disgusting world that we'll be dipping into. And some people get into that. I personally am not into that kind of stuff, so I don't know. And as I said when we touched on this a few days ago, I need to see gameplay. I don't get all tiddly excited over cinematics anymore, if I ever did. Only time I did that was for Star Wars: The Republic, because I knew that MMO was going to be great for me. I knew it was, and it proved to be great. But
I like this. I like the trailer quite a bit. I agree it didn't deserve the hype of the statue and the actors on wires in the actual crowd and everything like that. It was a lot for a little bit. I like that little bit, but most important thing is gameplay, of course. If it's isometric, top-down, I'm not interested whatsoever. I can't stand that type of gameplay. This is an interesting world to me, though. I like the ideas presented. I like the horror aspect of it. My main concern is this was a trailer released on live television, and it was entirely not appropriate for kids. If they released this trailer separately and said, hey, this is a rated M trailer, then I've got no problems. If it just shows up on YouTube, zero issues with it whatsoever. But this is nationally televised. Kids are going to be watching. There's kid game announcements. They're marketing with the Muppets. There was a bunch of Muppet bits. It just didn't feel appropriate. I'm not really one for censorship in general, but I think it was a little inappropriate to show actual sex on stream. We actually saw a woman.
There was gooing going on,
and the violence, the sex. It was just too much for something like this. Just release it on YouTube. Zero issues with it. But I enjoyed it.
We're gonna have to wait and see on this. I mean, Dre, I don't think you care about this at all.
No, it's not really my genre, but you know, if it
has its audience,
good, exactly. If it has an audience, I think that's great. You know what I mean? Because I was never into the Divinity games, like, at all.
It's
so
just
it's
one's isometric top-down RPG, very old school. It was fine. I beat it in like a week. I think I put 60, 70 hours into it. It was fine. Never played 2 because I didn't want to spend the money on it. And I don't feel like the whole mystery where everybody thought it was God of War or this or that, and it turned out to be Divinity. Something about it just is not. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Because you're my bestest buddy in the world, and you love and you want to promote me. That's why you're here, and you're awake because we got a show in 2 hours. Anyway, so big reveal. Leon Kennedy will be in Resident Evil 9. That's a big deal for a lot of people, and Capcom is making a push. Wrong one. I'll say it now. They announced new Mega Man. They're pushing more Devil May Cry. They're pushing more Ace Attorney to try to go along with the continued success of Resident Evil and Monster Hunter and stuff like that. So it looks like Capcom is making an effort to try and revitalize their IPs. I think that's good.
Yeah,
that's positive. That's positive. Keep going on. The Tomb Raider thing. Yes. How do we feel about this? How do we feel about this? The Tomb Raider announcements. Any feeling at all? I have none.
I don't really have too many thoughts and feelings. I like the fact that she has a silhouette body, and don't look like me. So that's positive. I've kind of walked away from the franchise over the last few years. The whole, what was that, the previous trilogy, the last previous generation trilogy, the Rise of the Tomb Raider, or whatever that joint was.
Yeah.
I got the first one because I thought it would be interesting, like with the open world, stuff. But when she became like a freaking environmentalist, and now she's fighting for the rights of indigenous people, I'm like, okay, no, this is garbage. And I was like, no, I don't. This isn't why I play a Tomb Raider game. Like, I like the grittiness, but I've pretty much walked away from the franchise at this point. So if I hear good things and we're back just going around double pistoling and shooting tigers in the face,
but
I'd be.
They have that catalyst, but then they say there's making a Tomb Raider 1 reimagined. I don't want nothing. I hear that. I hear bad things in my head.
I don't want nothing reimagined, man. Like, just didn't he just release the trilogy maybe 2 years ago?
They did a little bit of a remaster with the trilogy. It was just a coat of paint. This is a ground up remake. And I enjoyed both of those trailers. Just like Dre, I'm not a huge Tomb Raider fan. I only played the reboot trilogy. And I really liked the first one, the 2013 one. It was a good prologue, I think, that set up her being the Lara Croft we know and love. But then the other two just did that again and again. It was the same story. And then, like you said, fighting for indigenous rights, they got progressively worse for me.
Exactly. Like, and that's why I was kind of hooked on the first one. So I'm like, okay, there's a young Laura. This is before she gets her confidence. This is before she becomes the greatest Tomb Raider there is. And before I'm a cocky English woman shooting people in the face and stealing money. Cool. All right, fine origin. But then the next two Jones is, I'm timid. I want to help native cultures. What? No, you want gold, diamonds, statues, prestige.
She should be a real anti-hero.
Yes.
She's an amoral character a little bit.
A legit anti-hero. She is not here to save the day at all. She's here for her own selfish gratification. And I was all in. Then you try to make her into something that this character is not. And that's when I walked away from the franchise. So if they get back to form, who knows? Maybe I'll take a sniff at it. But as of right now, no. I have no desire.
So
I think the model looks great. They're going back to an old style of gameplay that's a lot more platformer, a lot more parkour than the reboot trilogy. I'm tentatively interested in these. I have to know how the story goes in both of them and how accurate the reimagining is to the original. But there's enough in these trailers that has me intrigued.
I'm a non-starter. I'm really not into Tomb Raider, so I'd have to be cajoled into giving a damn. So we'll see. We'll see. Other things here, things we know about, things we don't know about, things we really don't care about.
I'm going to play Control too. I enjoyed the first one.
Okay. Okay. And then we know this is going to be huge. I mean, know my feelings on Lego games, but objectively, I can say I know it's going to be huge, even though I don't give a damn.
Lego Batman is going to sell for sure.
Diablo 4 expansion, the Street Fighter trailer, which is pure camp.
I enjoyed that trailer because it's just pure dumb fun, and I think I'm interested in seeing this film. I think this film is going to give me what I want. I like the cast. I like how just about all the cast is legitimate martial artists or wrestlers. I think that's a lot of fun. I think I'll probably go see this movie just because I know it's going to be dumb. I'm not interested in the story. I want punches, kicks, Hadoukens.
And that's
this is what I want.
That's what you're going to get. It's completely self-aware. It's a movie that's totally self-aware.
Yeah.
And that's
they
fine.
look like they should, and that's a big thing.
Yes,
they embrace the campiness. These characters, they look weird, larger than life. They didn't try to ground them or like, hey, how can this kind of look like the character but look more realistic? No, they took the high top to the max.
I think there might be a miscast with the guy playing Bison. Mr. Polka Dot or Murdoch in the MacGyver reboot. Everybody knows it now. Bison's supposed to be a big, intimidating dude, and he's a skinny dude. So I don't know about that. Maybe they'll pull it off. I don't know. Maybe they'll CGI transform him. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think once he starts absorbing chaos energy, they might CGI.
Psycho powers out. Either way, so this thing's going to be silly, dumb, campy, cringe, and stupid, and everybody's going to eat it up.
Yep,
and it's gonna be fine. I don't care. Again, I was always more a Mortal Kombat guy, and I don't like what Mortal Kombat's doing. So
no, I don't like what they're doing either. That should be fun.
And then there's the Star Wars garbage. Phantom Blade Zero. I watched this trailer on Friday. This looks cool. Phantom Blade Zero looks cool. I think I might get in on that when it drops. I don't care about Pragmata. Oh, you got a game from Wizards of the Coast. Excuse me, Wizards of the Coast game studio. They hate you.
Yes,
I don't care. I don't care if it's got Trisha Helfer as the voice. I don't care if E is going to be all sexy talking to me. It's not enough. I'm not playing this shit. Wizards of the Coast hates you. They hate you. This is another Overwatch clone. Total War game. I don't like Total War, even if it's Warhammer. Don't care. Blah, 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 blah. There was a trailer for Mario. There's more stuff here. Deadpool's coming to Rivals. Don't care. But Lords of Fallen 2, I'll probably play that because I played the first one. But then, no. This is the thing that really caught everybody's attention, though.
This was garbage.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Fate of the Republic, and they're only claiming it's great because Casey Hudson is involved. Guy involved with original KOTOR and Mass Effect. That doesn't mean shit. They showed you a cinematic trailer that's literally what they've done every time for one of these games. Eclipse. Where's Eclipse? 4 years now, nothing. Like I said, there would be nothing in that. Remember, go back in the Wayback Machine. I said it then. I say it now. I was right. There's nothing on the game. That game ain't coming out. And it's not Knights of the Old Republic 3. They even said it. People are going, KOTOR 3. No, it's not. KOTOR 3 was SWTOR. KOTOR 3 storyline was put in SWTOR, which you could play for free if you want. You don't have to pay for that. You could play the Jedi Knight storyline and go all the way through Fallen Empire in that. It's there. You can play it. And it's good. It's an excellent story. This is just more Disney Star Wars slop. Bottom line, it will be Disney Star Wars slop. But they are all so excited for it. This is one of those, but this you guys saw on the timelines. They were slopping it up. Piggies to the trough. Oink for me.
I don't get how you could be excited about this. It was a 5-second cinematic. It didn't offer anything, and just like you said with Eclipse, we haven't heard anything else about that game, and that's why I believe the rumors that Fate isn't coming out until 2030. This is way too early to release something like this. This isn't territory for excitement. This is, I guess something's coming out, huh?
We have heard nothing on this. They would have had to have been working on this game for years, and we've heard nothing.
Oh, the SWTOR remake or KOTOR remake is way closer to release,
and that thing's dead in the water, which is your point. So this is bullshit. This pissed me off the most. Just the reactions of, oh, we're healing, we're eating good, we have other crap star. I mean, they down here. Go back to it. I scrolled by it. Does anybody care about a Star Wars galactic racing game where look, Sebulba. I don't give a fuck.
And he's old, so this is probably sequel era.
It's sequel era. They said the trailer says the Empire is done. Now a new syndicate of racing is forming, and you could be a part of it. One, I'm not a racing game guy to begin with, so wrong audience. I don't care if it's Star Wars. You're not going to get me. But two, this is Disney Star Wars bullshit, just like this is all Disney Star Wars bullshit. Last night, the guys were making fun of me on Saturday. Adam, what if somebody bought you the game and then rented you to play it for a time? I said, no. My whoring has a limit. I will not give money or time to Disney Star Wars. I do not play Disney Star Wars video games. Dre has told me, yeah, Fallen Order Survivor, gameplay is great, but you know what? It's still Disney Star Wars. And I ain't put my time in that shit.
It is.
I ain't.
It is Disney Star Wars.
It's all garbage, dog shit. And this, I believe it'll come out. I think it would. Casey Hudson's a real developer. He's a real dev. But when it comes out, it's not going to be what people think it is. Somehow, some way, it's going to link to the High Republic. Because it's the fate of the Old Republic, which means they're headed into the High Republic.
That's
correct. It's a transitional story.
They think they're all fancy showing what essentially is a Sith Star Destroyer, the Sith version of a Star Destroyer from that era, crashed on a planet. No, you're not fancy. We see it what it's there. This is purely based on nostalgia. This whole thing is wrapped up in nostalgia bait and key jangling, and every single oink oink piggy out there, fake fan stand, they are running up to that trough. I love it. I'm gonna put their face in it, smear it all over. And then the Goblin Baby's gonna ride them into the sunset.
Oh no, not the Goblin Baby.
Goblin Baby's riding the piggies into the fate of the Old Republic.
Oh god.
That sounds about on par with the Animal Farm movie. The trailer just
man. I can't get into that right now. I
love that book.
Oh god. Heck, even the animated joint that came out decades ago was hardcore. So that
all right. So we see all this stuff, all this Game Awards stuff, and I simply asked the question now. I didn't watch it, like I said. I just looked at the recap, looked at these things. We've seen reactions. Meh.
I think that this one was one of the better awards because I think the right game won the right.
Okay.
That I will say, because usually in the years past, it's whoever's got the right lesbian.
Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah, exactly. That whole genre of freaky deaky, no penisy stuff usually is the ones that gets all the nods and wins. But for the first time in many years, I think the right game had the proper sweep, and I think the sweeping that it did was absolutely warranted based off of the success of this game. And I think by far it's the most successful game of the year. And I don't think I'm speaking hyperbole, critically, financially, and from fan.
They made so much money. It's looking at about $600 million in profit.
See, really?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, wow. Yeah, because it sold millions and millions of copies, cost $50, and it took less than 10
you mean
budget.
E33? I thought you meant the Game Awards. Like Game Awards.
No, God, no.
No, not Game Awards. No, I'm talking about.
My brain went somewhere else for a second.
Expedition 33 made so much money.
Oh yeah.
The Game Awards owes me money. Yeah, they made nothing less. But I think because the right game finally had the legitimate sweep, I think I'll give this one a little bit more credit. But other than that, the announcements. Well, then again, none of these games really excite me anymore because it's just, usually what was it, piggy troughs nonsense. So
Yeah.
so I'll have to chuck it up to that. And the games that I am, and I use this term very loosely, looking forward to, or even featured. So it's like, So, but it is what it is. But as far as the award show goes, because the right game won all the right stuff, I'll give it more credit than usual years. That's about it. But as far as content's concerned, who cares? So, but
I would agree with that. I actually watched the majority of the show. I think it's at least moving in the right direction. It felt like a legitimate show, a legitimate award show, not just because of Expedition 33 winning across the board. The nominees felt genuine. Indie studios were getting their place as equals for the first time. And what was dragging it down were cringe jokes. That's kind of par for the course for award shows. They've been cringe for decades. So if that's the direction we're heading into, I think that is a positive direction. And there is a mixed bag of content coming the next year, but there is some legitimately intriguing stuff. But that's not the Game Awards' fault for what's coming next.
And well,
they can't control what comes next.
Okay, and that's kind of my point. Not so much the Game Awards, but what we saw coming out of this. I've asked this question before. We discussed it in the previous weeks. Is gaming as catering to its actual customer base and not DEI agenda-driven nonsense, political agenda pieces of shit? Is it moving back towards where it should be, catering to the proper audience? Do we feel like not so much the Game Awards, what we saw from it? Do we feel like it's going back in the right direction again?
I believe so. I think it more depends studio by studio than anything like that. Like Ubisoft isn't changing. They're not even close to changing. And anything connected to Disney isn't changing. So there are these specific companies that aren't showing any progress. But there are things like Capcom, Square Enix, and all these indie studios coming up that are delivering what players want. So yes, I see it as moving in the right direction as a whole, but there will be anchors trying to drag it back into the past.
Because right when E33 won, Square Enix from their Final Fantasy VII account tweeted out, "Good job, great job," because we know that they're already working together, collaborating on ideas, thought processing, workshopping stuff, and I want to have the same optimism you have. I want to look and I want to see that the AA segment are gaining more and more traction. That look what they did, look what they made, and how we are finding a way to give the audience what they want again. And even some of the AAAs, Square Enix, I always mention them. They're trying, even though they're facing a little bit of investor revolt right now, but that's from an activist investor, from what I understand. They're doing their best. We just saw Capcom, who made a lot of mistakes in terms of letting the shit creep in. They still managed to make good Resident Evil games. Jed, you're excited for Resident Evil 9. A lot of people are. Monster Hunters doesn't do well here, but does well in Japan. And we just saw earlier, they're trying to resurrect Mega Man as a franchise. They're trying to give Devil May Cry another shot, which has also fallen off drastically. And they mentioned Ace Attorney at Law, which had its niche fan base as well. Looks like they're trying. Dre, I know you said don't hope for anything. Everything's got to burn and die. I think everything's burning down though, and we're seeing what's coming.
To the credit.
We're in the Phoenix transition. I think
we are in the ashes have settled, to say the least. As far as I'm concerned, every single franchise has been raked over the coals for sure. And to see, and once again, I will add to your sentiment of hope there, Adam. This Game Award showed us something, as that we've been saying for quite a few years now. Indies are finally taking over, legitimately. We've said that indies have always had all the quality, all that stuff like that, but now this was a major turning point. And because this has been happening for a couple of years, even if we look at Power World, the success that it had, and all that other stuff,
which goes live next month, 1.0, and we're going back in. Kel is resetting the server.
Yeah, and the success that indies is making more money than triple A's, if we still want to call them that anymore. And it's clear that that there is something good coming over the horizon. One of my, like I was mentioned a couple of weeks ago, one of my favorite studios right now is .emu. It was an indie studio, and they just did Marvel Cosmic Invasion. I'm having fun. I'm having a lot of fun with that game, and everybody that's picked it up is having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have to admit that looks like things are starting to turn slowly, obviously. But things are starting to turn because the old guard is dying and or dead, and we actually have very creative people that will be able to push us into the next generation. So so hope all around, Adam. Hope all around today.
Yeah, I mean, we've said what we're looking forward to next year. Jed's looking forward to RE9. He's looking forward to Lego Batman. I'm looking forward to Crimson Desert. I keep forgetting the name. I had it a second ago. It's the voice actress Jennifer English who did Mael. She's the VA of it. I keep forgetting the name. It's action adventure game.
Oh
set
yeah,
in a-
the Chinese one.
No, 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 no. The one where it's the chicken in London fighting the mythological stuff in London.
Okay, I don't know if I know
I
about that one.
I know. I keep forgetting the name. Chat, help me out. I keep forgetting a name. She's going to be the VA. She's the VA of the character in that one. That game looks badass. Now, Phantom Blade Zero, and then there's the other one, that China game, Godslayer. That one looks the Godslayer. That one looks interesting. So there's a good lineup of stuff. Not to mention, Square Enix. They're getting closer to announcing remake Part 3. They're going to announce that any minute now. And there's a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff.
This time last year, we were not talking this positively about
No, we
stuff
weren't.
coming out in the subsequent year. Yes,
we
we might be
weren't.
disappointed by a lot, but at least we're anticipating some things. We're hopeful for something. Last year, I'm not kidding. I was looking forward to one game, and it disappointed me. This year, I have a good 5 or 6.
I got at least 4. I got at least 4.
I see this as at least progress. This isn't where we want to be. I don't want this to be the new status quo.
No.
But we're moving in a great direction.
Yeah. So, I mean, so there it is. I think that the Game Awards itself was kind of meh, but I think there's a positive outlook on the future. And I feel good about that. And it makes me excited because gaming is one of my primary hobbies. It's where I go to relax, lose myself, entertain you guys in various ways, shapes, and forms. So there we go. I look forward to it. We'll see what's going to happen. And with that, we are going to end the show. I'm going to get a little bit of a break here before we head over to Anime Odyssey. But let's go around the horn, pimp our wares. Jed, what's your week look like?
Perfect. Well, everyone, please check out endlessfrontierbooks.com to get an exclusive prequel short story of my Endless Frontier book series, The Brighton Pacification, available now for $1.99 for the channel going forward this week. Endless Frontiers on YouTube. I'm going to be going live in about a half an hour here to play the thank you DLC for Expedition 33. I don't know how long it is. I don't know if it's going to take several sessions, but regardless, whenever it's done this week, I'm going to be streaming some Spider-Man 2018, getting through that on hardest difficulty. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. Yeah.
Are you going in New Game Plus?
Unfortunately, I switched PlayStation and it lost all my progress. So
no
New
man,
Game Plus.
all right, it's gonna be rusty. When I went into Ultimate difficulty, I went with New Game Plus.
You had all your gadgets and skills.
I didn't have that hard a time.
I was worried.
I was max level. I steamrolled it. But a couple times still gave me little problems here or there. But you're going without New Game Plus. Ooh,
we'll see how it goes. I love that game. I feel like I'm.
that game is a work of art.
It's beautiful.
Work of art. It is.
But besides that, Rider Flight podcast tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. I've got some exciting topics, including the dire news about the Tom Cruise space movie. We're going to be talking about that. Then Doctor Who Cares reviews, which I'm sure Adam will talk more about. And Saturday Night Drive-In this Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern, which I'm sure he'll talk about as well. But gaming streams whenever I can fit them in.
Okay. All right. Dre.
Yeah, shout out to the chat. You all have been awesome today. Fantastic. Definitely check out my site, bpcomics.io, for all my comic book stuff, all my voice work, all my voice acting, voice work stuff is also there as well. Also, follow me on X Twitter, TheBrute00, and on my YouTube channels, Brutal Planet Comics and The Brute Plays. Definitely check out all that great stuff. We'll see what pops off this week and see if any videos are going to be dropped for sure.
Never know what's going to happen. We always start the week. What can possibly happen? And then we get a week of Supergirl. As for me, when you guys are finished here, you're going to be pushed on over to Anime Odyssey. It starts in an hour and a half. Dermy and I are going to be talking Code Geass Season 1 and doing our One Piece run. I got to go read all my One Piece now before we get into that. I got to catch up so I can talk about it. And then whatever else comes to mind, we're getting into. Then later on tonight, I have to go do Wormhole Watch. We're into Deep Space Nine Season 3. For this week, we'll be doing House of Quark. It's a good episode, fun episode. Whenever Klingons are involved, it's fun. And then tomorrow night, as Jed said, we've got Who Cares Reviews with the War Between the Land and Sea episodes 3 and 4. 11:30 p.m. Eastern. Watch us be angry and disappointed. They goddamn had the chick. She literally trooned in front of everybody on that episode. Trooned out.
It's
terrible.
woker than actual Doctor Who, Shooty Who.
Yeah, it's terrible. And then rest of the week, we'll see what happens. As Jed said, drive-in is Chat Choice 2025. I'm gonna give you guys a little extra time. You guys are gonna have until, because I forgot to promote at the beginning of the show. My fault. You guys have a little extra time. Head on over to the post tab on the channel page. Comment your suggestion, what you want to put in the hat. At the end of Anime Odyssey, I will be taking those down and I will be deleting it because then you can't comment. And then we'll have it up for you guys tomorrow and you can vote on it for the first part of the week. And then we'll have it ready for you by probably Wednesday night or Thursday. So Jed and I can have enough time to watch it, whatever it may be. So thank you guys for, excuse me, God, got the hiccups and burps. Terrible, disgusting. Thank you guys for joining us today. Go watch Jed play some video games. Come back, watch me and Dermy talk anime. And we will see you guys later. Until then, take it easy, everybody.